that have been consistent speaking against bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Niger what yo? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what media? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media. No more bad government. The number one media in Nigeria. No more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what? Voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944.
Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless.
Umuwame.
Voice for the voiceless.
Umuwame.
Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless.
Voice for the voiceless.
Voice for the voiceless.
Niger watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and we recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. Niger what you.
Happened during that period?
Well, as you guys are aware, I was part of, I helped organize a Funambi Kanu Now protests in Abuja and across many cities in the country. And prior to that, we did inform the police that there were protests and we were going to Aso Rock. They even invited us to a meeting the Friday before. I went to the FCT command. They said, no, you're not the one we want to meet with. While we were meeting with them, while that was happening, I left their office and only to get to town a few hours later while we were mobilizing from market to market in Abuja and street to street, that they had rushed to court to obtain an order of court against us. Initially, they wanted the judge to ban the protest altogether, but I think the judge was smart enough to avoid that pitfall. And then they went into the chambers of the judge to get a different order, which says we cannot march around sensitive areas. But it was specifically stated in the Schedule 3 of the order that we must be served on Friday. They made no effort to serve us. They put it on the internet that we may stop. They created a lot of misleading information in the public. So, but eventually, on the day of the protest, we did come out and we were brutally attacked. So I left the scene of the initial scene of the protest in front of Transcorp. And we successfully mobilized and had the protests around Abuja. Markets were shut down from Abuja to Akure and the southeast. I had parts of Port Harcourt, Kano. All over, it was a successful protest. And I think that's what got them upset, that they couldn't frustrate the protest. So some of our colleagues were arrested on that Monday. They were tortured. And I went to the SCT command, met with them, and told them I was the organizer of the protest, that they could arrest me if they want and leave all these innocent persons. They were 13 in number at that point. But they said, no, they didn't even say anything about it, because then they promised that they will release them on bail, only for us to get outside of the FCT command after we met with them. Once CSP Barao, Elias came to me and took a walk with me. He was saying, can you move people out of here? That was the 6th place we visited on the day of the protest. And next, he mobilized some mobile policemen and started attacking us right in front of the FCT command, and we left. So we discovered that they took them to Kogi. They informed their lawyers. First, they took them to the place they call Abattoir, which is what used to be former SARS torture chamber in Abuja. It's still there. And then next day, drove them to Kogi. We ran to Kogi. Before we got there, the judge had denied them bail because he said the lawyer that showed up said their original lawyer, Barrister Maxwell Okpara, was on his way, and the judge just summarily denied them bail and remanded them in prison. So we came back to town. Next day was Kanu's trial. I also had a trial at the Federal High Court, but the judge didn't show up. So I went and tried to enter into the courtroom where Kanu's trial was taking place. They didn't let me in. So I hung around and met with him briefly. First time I met him since 2019, and uploaded the meeting on my social media handles. Next thing, I was standing in front of the court, and the police officer came by and said, the commissioner would like to see me. So I followed him, and I met the DCP CID, and he said, we'd like to know more about the protest. I said, but this is weird. I was here. You say you don't need me. I came here the other day. I talked to you, say you are releasing, and the next I said, this is very sad that this is what the police has become. And they started to get rude with me, and he invited this same CSP, Oyasu, Morale, to go and interrogate me. So I got upstairs, he presented some paper, I said, you should write statement. I don't write statement. I'm not going to write any statement. There's no crime here. And because I knew they had planned it. Next, they brought a vehicle and took me to their detention center, same abattoir.
The same
and
abattoir?
Detained me overnight. Yes. Detained me overnight, and then took me to Kogi Magistrate Court, where they took the other guys. And when we arrived there, they brought the other guys, and they charged me along with them. And we took a plea. We were granted bail. Where the bail was granted, I saw Barao, this same CSP Barao, and Adama, who is the chief legal officer of the FCT command, go into the judge's chamber. So I followed them. As I was about to follow them, Barao had seized my phone from one of my assistants, and I had to collect my phone back from him, the police. You're talking about this latest one. My hand was broken by...
Not all of them. Some have kept out of it because it's unofficial. People I mean, I said the purpose is for them, they are looking for traffic, they are looking for claims. Yeah. So, but and they are promoting something, a story that can be inimical to the economy of our country.
But it's also a situation where people simply do not trust the government. A lot of people do not trust what the government says or what it does. And therefore, there is this reliance on the media to dig into things, even when the government says that this thing is white. They want to take it to a laboratory and see if it's actually white.
It's not just in Nigeria. All over the world,
yeah,
the people generally have a distrust for government. All over the world, there's a distrust for government.
Yeah, but we're talking about Nigeria,
yeah,
aren't we?
I say it's not just a Nigerian issue. All over the world, people don't really trust government. All over the world, it's not just a Nigerian matter. But I'm saying that the media also have a responsibility under our social responsibility of the media to be cautious in reporting certain things. Because I said, whatever we report has implications. Has implications not just for our country. And we need to, as Nigerians, as patriotic Nigerians, there are certain things we don't say, no, let's really hear from the officials what really happened. I've seen, there was a day I called a media house here. Something happened in Niger State. And the media house reported many soldiers killed by bandits. And the story, that same story also says, there has been no official confirmation yet. In fact, the report says scores of soldiers killed. Do you know when the official confirmation came? You know how many people were killed? It says 7. And I called and said, you see what you reported at that time?
Yeah, but that's 7 too many, though, isn't it?
7, yeah, 7 were. I said, let's use the word scores. That is 20
Yeah.
20, they said scores, it could be 20, it could be 40, it could be 60.
That certainly sounds like an exaggeration.
I didn't say men, I said scores. It says scores. And I said, look at what you said the other time. You said scores of soldiers killed. Now, officially said 7.
Right. Okay.
So, there's need for caution in our reporting. And I said these days, maybe because many people practicing our profession, they don't go to journalism school, they just report anything. Anything goes.
That
and
is
they don't
true.
look at the implication of the report.
That is true.
That's very unfortunate for me.
On that note, I want to...
Nigerians on social media have revived the hashtag Justice for Ochanya. In the wake of the 7th anniversary of the death of Ochanya Elizabeth Ogbanje, the 13-year-old schoolgirl from Benue State who died on October 17, 2018, after allegedly suffering years of sexual assault that left her with viscovaginal fistula, a severe medical condition. Well, before her death, Ochanya narrated how she endured 5 years of continuous abuse by her uncle, Andrew Ogbuja, and his son, Victor Ogbuja, while living with them.
When I was 5 years old, I went to my mother's sister's house to school because there was no school in my village. So when I went there, when I was 8, the son started sleeping with me. Then when the sister caught him, the sister then reported him to the father. Then the father scolded at him, and that was when the father started. So September, when I went to school, I was not feeling fine, so I came back home. I went to Federal Medical Center in Makurdi here. I spent 2 months and 5 days there, so they discharged us. When I now came home, then that was when I told my mother that when I was in my uncle's house, my uncle and his son, they were sleeping with me.
Oh, may your soul continue to rest in peace. Despite that video evidence, the Benue State High Court in April 2022 acquitted her uncle, Andrew Ogbuja, of rape and causing her death, citing lack of DNA evidence and contradictory autopsy reports. However, on the same day, the Federal High Court convicted his wife for negligence and sentenced her to 5 months in prison for failing to protect the child. Her son, Victor Ogbuja, reportedly fled before arrest and remains at large and is said to be pursuing a music career in Lagos. The Benue State High Court has officially reopened the case following renewed public pressure and a Change.org petition with over 10,000 signatures and celebrity involvement. The Benue State Ministry of Justice confirmed the case had been reopened, citing fresh applications filed by government prosecutors based on new grounds and renewed evidence. Viscovaginal fistula, we know what it is. It's an abnormal opening between the bladder and vagina, causing uncontrollable urine leakage. While most cases develop from prolonged labor without skilled medical care, tragic instances like Ochanya's case can result from sexual violence and repeated physical trauma. I wanted to just highlight really what she suffered for months in a hospital before her passing. I mean, the police or the autopsy report had revealed that she might have died from natural causes. I think that's one of the reasons that they said that they acquitted her uncle. But what about the son, who they say is at large at this moment in Lagos, pursuing a music career? I believe that you, before the segment, you interviewed her older brother. Please, your thoughts on this story.
Okay, so thank you. And Oji, this is such an emotive story, and it's very difficult to not take in, to not feel the pain that Ochanya and her family must have gone through in the last few years. And I'm glad that finally, hopefully, justice will be served in this case, because a lot of people tried, I must say, when this case first came to public light. Now, the brother has said that there was a lot of intimidation and threats to the family when they tried to seek justice in the courts. We've also seen now that, thankfully, the Benue State government has reopened the case based on fresh evidence and, of course, responding to public advocacy. And so we will follow the case and see how this goes through. Hopefully, this time, the son, her cousin, Victor, would be made to come and answer for the role that he played. I'm glad that we had the opportunity to capture Ochanya's voice, telling the experience of what happened or what transpired. That hopefully should be should act as evidence in this new case.
Court, yeah.
I know when it comes to rape and sexual abuse, it's often argued as to how difficult it is to prove, because there has to be some medical proof and the likes. And so sometimes the case can be drawn out if we're speaking legally. But in terms of the face of it, I'm hoping that there will be a more thorough investigation and all those culpable will be brought to book. But even more than that, Oji, because we have a lot of Ochanyas in Nigeria, is how can we prevent this from happening? When you look at that, then we look at all those who can be said to be complicit. There's a culture of silence and disgrace on the victim rather than the perpetrators, where the victim is told to keep quiet. In this case, Ochanya was said to have been told that she was threatened by the man and his son, that if she speaks out about this, then she would be, they would kill her family. And we hear many young people talk about this. So those who protect the perpetrators, the auntie herself, who as a wife and a mother shielded her husband and her son from facing, the sister who was said to have reported the case in the first instance to her dad, neighbors who might have observed something but chose to look away. OJ, we see this a lot of times happening. In other parts of the world, we see responsibility by neighbors who call the attention of police and security operatives when they notice something onto what's happening with their neighbors. Why do the neighbors keep quiet? The schools. If you are a school and you notice a difference in a child coming to school, you should raise an alarm. Relatives, other religious institutions. The man is a knight of a religious organization. I'm glad that they've now come out to say that he's been suspended. But why didn't they take action before this renewed call was made? He remained a knight until 7 years later, when the justice for Ochanya came out. The police and other those complices. It reminds me, finally, of the case that happened in Lagos, and I keep bringing it because this is where justice was served. Yes. In the case of Adegboye Adeneko, who defiled a 2-year-old in his school. He was a supervisor in the school. And because of the Lagos State Special Offences Court, he was able to be brought to book, and the school tried to protect him. And this is why I said that those who are complicit should also answer for this. There are many Ochanyas in Nigeria. I hope and I pray that we will not fail our next generation of both girls and boys by taking action and ensuring that justice is served.
Dr. Abati, 2 questions, please. Goods from traders, precedents for the justice.
We have to take a look at the Child Rights Act and its proper enforcement. It's because all of that, is not in place.
Right.
That's why you will have the criminals, the accused persons, that's the proper word. That's the man himself and the son. That's why they could escape.
Right.
And it's the woman that will get the lighter sentence of 5 months that she was negligent. No child, no daughter, no young girl should be abused in this country.
Well said.
Nobody should be subjected to sexual violence.
Well said.
And that is the point that we should make.
Well
So
said.
the state can revisit the matter. There's no statute of limitation with criminal matters. And I was telling the gentleman that came on the program, John Ame, that the family too can sue for damages.
All right. Very well said, Dr.
After all, they are the ones who have lost their loved ones.
Very well said.
While the rapists are walking free.
Thank you for that. Well, I hope that this case will set a precedence for the justice system on how to try rape cases. Justice for Ochanya.
That's all I have for you guys today in terms of presentation. But I have an article to take. But before that, let me quickly acknowledge some of you, even though I've showcased almost everybody already on the screen. Starting with my mother for Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for all that you do. Happy weekend to you. Thank you, my brother Abu Azi. Good evening to you and happy weekend to you. Everyone right there. Starting with my brother Black Panther. Thank you very much. Mother Stella, myself, Mother Peggy Modi, Christian CXL. God bless you, all my people. Help us to press on the like, help us to share, take our voices far. Hi, Joe. I can see you right there. Mike Akpabio, my brother. I can see you, Mr. Pansat. I can see you at peace. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all right there, Mr. Paul. I can see you, Dixon Dagmo, and many more that I believe I've showcased already. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Oji, just coming in, and you're the first to give me super chat today. I'm very grateful. God bless you, sir. Thanks for all that you do. Guys, press on the dollar sign if you can. Encourage what we do here. Press the like button and help us to share. Okay, I got a super chat as well from an Peggy Modi. I'm very grateful. Today is the last day of the month October. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. At least we are close to December by God's grace. Because when October started the other day, everybody was, in fact, from September, people were saying, Amber, Amber, Amber. God have protected us all. Till today, we are very, very grateful. May God continue to protect every one of us, give us good health and long life in the mighty name of Lord Jesus Christ. I'm very, very grateful, everyone right there that is supporting us directly or indirectly, all my wonderful panelists, my callers, my commenters, even my spectators, my good spectators though. You know, we have lots of satanic spectators watching, but they are just waiting for themselves to fail. We don't fail by God's grace. I appreciate you all. Christian CXL, I'm very, very grateful as well for the super chat. In fact, I'm very, very grateful. As the last day of the month, me getting this means a lot to me. Now God bless you, my people. All right. I would like to take on this article here quickly, then we'll take it from here. I have this article here. For those of you that want to join the panel, please come in on time. I only have Mr. Alabo here with me. If not, Mr. Alabo just finished submission, then I don't fly with that. But let me take this article quickly. Okay, let's take this one here. As you can see right there on the screen from People's Gazette, U.S. lawmaker insists Trump designate Nigeria as country of particular concern as bandits kill pastor, kidnap 20 worshippers. Yes, you know, they are gradually pushing in. Yeah, my people, I don't want to read that. I believe you can read by yourself because I just want us to move on. It's very unfortunate. That's it. That's all the article right there. They also have it on their own website. You know, Nigeria currently see as a particular country who are after Christians, religious people, worshippers. It's very unfortunate, but what do I know? I appreciate every one of you. Those of you that were calling in earlier on, this is the best time for you to call in. Let's take it from here quickly. You know, it's very unfortunate when it comes to the death of Oshaya. Very, very unfortunate. That girl was just so young and she was molested and all that. It's so sickening, man. So sickening. You see, when we call it for better government, you people think that we don't know what we are doing. If that was your daughter, I wonder how you will feel. For those of you always attacking us when we speak truth to power. But meanwhile, let me take this call. Mother Deborah, thank you very much, ma, for calling. Good evening to you, ma. Please talk to us.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Elvis.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening to everyone watching. You're welcome to today's program. Definitely, the story of that Ochanya, that story is a very, very pathetic, and a very, very sad situation, and it's just a reflection of the evil that is in that country. A country where the most vulnerable people are not protected. Women and children are not protected in Nigeria. I want to ask one question. The day that the men in Nigeria were having meeting, the year where the Nigerian men were holding meeting, is it that they didn't consider the protection of children or anything that will make that will contribute to the safety and happiness of women? Is not put into consideration at all. The only thing that the men put into consideration is their own interests. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing in that country that protect women or children in that Nigeria.
No deal.
But the mentors make decisions to protect their own interest, their own happiness. The most vulnerable people are not even considered at all. When it comes to domestic violence, nothing. When it comes to abuse, sexual abuse, nothing. Nothing. When it comes to divorce, women are not protected. When it comes everything in that country, I just hope that we'll have more women who are going to be speaking out, and so that there are going to be policy to protect women and children. I'm really looking forward to that. And if there's one thing that I would really want to do in that country, so that they can pass law to protect children, You know, it's something that a lot of women have to fight for. We cannot fold the pants in a country with the most vulnerable people in the society are not protected. Any country that does not protect women and children, I don't know what to say. And even the men too. I think it's something that everybody who is a parent should fight for. The most vulnerable people in every society, women, children. But in Nigeria, those are the people. In Nigeria, it's even men that are being protected. Women and children are not protected in Nigeria. This is a wake-up call, though. The Nigerian society protects men and expose women and children to all sorts of inhuman treatment. Now look at that poor girl. She's not being protected, and the perpetrator of the crime are walking free.
Very
This
sad.
is sad. This is very, very sad.
Very sad.
And I hope that there are going to be harsh sanctions for people who commit such offenses. I will try, by the grace of God, that is something that is really dear to my heart. I really hope that women will come together to push for stronger legislation against this kind of incident. But
that would be nice.
How will that happen when you have a Senate that is full with men, and more than half of them are partners in this kind of crime? You know,
Right.
so it's even difficult for them to make laws, and this is why things like this will continue to happen, because they know that there's not going to be consequences, and it's really sad. So let me just quickly say, although I didn't see the video about Senator Natasha.
That's what I want to play now. I've not played it, but I'm going to play it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my own opinion, if it is something that is official, then I don't seem to have an issue with that, because at the end of the day, whatever problem she had with Akpabio is still the Senate, is still the head of the Senate. So if it is something that is an official engagement, I don't see anything that she did wrong, except if it is a personal engagement that she invites him. But if it is official, I don't see why Nigerians should be angry, because at the end of the day, Akpabio is still the head of the Senate. That has not changed. So that is my own take on that.
Thank you.
We should separate work. If your boss, even if you don't like your boss, if he's still your boss, you still have to find a way to work with him. That's the way it is. Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, Madam Deborah. God bless you, ma. Thank you, ma. Okay. According to that one, a lot of Nigerians are very, very angry because of how Natasha turned her back on the people to invite Akpabio to our project celebration. You know, a lot of people have argued this, that yes, there's a way she could have done it without not inviting Akpabio. Why invited Akpabio? You know,
Mr. Elvis.
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Sorry,
Yes, sir.
Madam Deborah, for me, she has spoken. This is not issue. Nigerians like to waste time on unnecessary stuff. The pure waste of time. She's saying.
Let's listen to what Akpabio have to say quickly.
And the mega empowerment for my constituencies. The letter is addressed to Godswill Akpabio, President of the Senate. Distinguished colleagues, on Sunday, November 2, 2025, I shall mark 2 years in office in the service of the good people of Kogi Central Senatorial District as their senator in the National Assembly of our nation, with the commissioning and flag off of projects and constituency empowerment. This letter therefore serves as a formal invitation to you all to grace and participate in the activities marking my second anniversary in office. The ceremony is scheduled as follows. Senator Natasha Akpabio's residence, plot 101 Jimo Apoti Street, Ihima, Okehi, local government area of Kogi State, for Sunday, November 2, 2025, time 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The venue is accessible by air through Obajana Airstrip facility near Lokoja and by road from Abuja. While I look forward to welcoming you, please accept the assurances of my highest regards. Yours truly, Senator Barrister Natasha H. Akpabio. Congratulations in advance.
All right, Nigerians reacted heavily. But meanwhile, because of that, the pressure have pushed Natasha to respond to Nigerians by saying, my invitation letter to Akpabio senators, procedural, not personal. Yes, according to what Mother Deborah said just now, Natasha Akpabio, senator representing Kogi Central, says her invitation to Senate President Godswill Akpabio and other lawmakers for the commissioning of projects in Kogi was in line with legislative procedures. On Thursday, Akpoti Uduaga invited Akpabio and other lawmakers to attend the project commissioning event in her state 2 months after returning from suspension. Akpoti Uduaga, who marks her second year in office this week, said she wrote to the Senate through the presiding officer for the letter to be read on the floor in keeping with parliamentary custom. So she said a lot there that Nigerians should understand, because I don't have time, we need to move on. Nigerians should understand that this is just it's not a personal thing, it's a legislative thing that which is allowed, that needs to be respected. But Nigerians don't lambasted on this woman, not be small. They don't beat up for social media. Say they are the same. Now so they be. Some even went on by saying, now so she go shake blow, check this one. I say, I don't think all those comments come here. I see many things, my eyes see things, my ear hear things. Because me go do my own in a professional way by presenting what is allowed to present on the media. My people, now God, I go bless you now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you right there. I would like us to start talking. Let's start. Mr. Labo, yes, I've already called it. Hold on, sir, please. Let me officially call you. They call your niece, they call me again. Before that, just hold on. I would like to appreciate you, Mr. Joseph Orji, Mother Peg Modi, Christian CXL, and Mr. Joseph Orji once again. I really do appreciate you. Now God, now bless you. Thank you very much, everyone, right there for your time. Press on the like, help us to share. If you can't, press on the dollar sign, encourage what we do here. Good evening to you all. Mr. Alabo, you have the floor. Talk to us. Good evening to you. It's 3 of you here. Let's talk within ourselves as usual. It seems to be something I'm enjoying more now. But
before
thank
you
you.
leave, I wanted to ask you a question. This is your profession. As a journalist, you listen to Bayo Ononuga. What is the work and that name journalism? Do you have to wait for the presidency to pass what you want to say to you, or journalists go to the field and bring out information, then the presidency come to respond?
Yes, you have to go extensively to do your search and do your findings. You don't wait for the president or anything.
So Bayo Ononuga is a journalist. And his paper, I don't think he waits for government before he publish what he wants to publish. If you get a source, your source of information, and you know the source you are getting your information for, it's for you to put it out there. It's the responsibility of the government to come, debunk it or counter, or say, okay, give a clarification. But this one, they are just gagging the media.
That one is what we call banner blue. And Bulaba.
Look at what he's saying, accusing Punch and people, they are carrying out property. There is a rumor of, why do you want them to wait for? Do you know if it is military intelligence that is giving the journalists the information they are bringing?
He was even using it directly to threaten journalists there.
That's what he's doing there now. I was looking at him, I said he should shut his mouth. He shouldn't be talking like this.
Doing, man.
Because he's in government today. It's so
Anyway,
sad, though,
sir,
Nigeria.
let's
So
talk.
sad.
Thank you, sir.
And Nigerians, I don't see any reason for anybody to be upset. Oh God, sorry, pardon my manner. Good evening, sir. Just that this buy or non thing just scatter my medulla. Okay, good evening, Mr. Niger Watch. Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, our mommy diaspora and the people in the comment section. Help us, the backroom staff, please just help us continue the like button and pushing this information to go far. Nigerians, I just want to appeal to you. Before I appeal to you, let me greet the wonderful panelists. Mr. Jonathan, good evening, sir. God bless you. Sir Louis, God bless you, sir. Good evening, sir. Uh, I just want to appeal to Nigerians. One thing I know we have a problem with, don't only read what is written at the front page of newspaper. That is the major problem Nigeria have. When they see the news headline, they won't go further. Just like you presented this thing now, you went further a little to read. People will just see this thing Natasha wrote now, not personal. Somebody will get upset. You will not go further. If Natasha has written secretly, they just went to find Akpabio. He's not inviting us, he's inviting his colleagues. That is our colleagues. All those people are people who are working with him. With her, I mean, sorry. So if he's inviting to say, come and do this thing, he's not doing anything wrong. There is nothing wrong. Nigerians will just fly with something. They will just here invite. The D is when you see Natasha with Akpabio, okay, they are one corner place drinking and doing this thing. You will not say, oh, yeah. Even in politics, there is no permanent enemy. There is no permanent friend. Politicians you are seeing, they don't have any permanent friend. They don't have any permanent enemy. It's once it comes to the sharing formula, we are all together. But once we disagree, they bring their dirty something outside. So nobody to get upset. That is the normal procedure. And you can see Akpabio wrote this thing, the letter she wrote, Akpabio read it on the floor of the house. And everybody saw it there and they listened. So I wonder why somebody will be upset for Natasha inviting fellow senators to come and see what he has done. He wants to shame them. Some of them have not done even 2% of what Natasha have done for 1 year plus. Let us not say 2 years, because over 6 months has been wasted with this problem. With 1 year plus what he has done in office, and some of them have been there for how many
Mr. Alabo,
days?
you know why Nigerians are angry. I understand. You know when people, when they don't to beat you, you be battered so much, then you don't just want to hear anything concerning this government anymore. So Nigerians just want to find a way to take Natasha out of them and be with us and all that. I understand sometimes people can think out of the box. But if you see the situation of the country, nobody wants anybody they like to have any kind of directly or indirectly affiliation with this satanic set of people. That's why they are angry. So I really do understand where they are coming from. Nobody
Yeah, but
even
some
cares.
people who are angry, Mr. Naja Watch, are people who just read the headline. They do not really understand what is really happening. You can't stop that. It's just like us now, our principal, Peter Obi. Are you seeing people who you go and sit down with? You go kill him. You still need those people. There is no way we will do away with them. You go say because INEC they corrupt, you know go out for election. And that is the thing. There is no way you can do without these people. You will still need them. They will be there anywhere. They are there in the system already. You can't do until gradually. Gradually, when we have majority of good people in government, that is the only way we can expunge all these bad names and bad people. But when you are just 1% in the system, good people in government are just half. They are not up to 1%. So how are you they scatter the system to bring it to be good? So it will take so Nigeria should be patient with that. That does not mean Natasha is representing her constituency. She is still doing what the people want. She is doing great. She is not falling or doing all those things. Though we cannot swear for her because money change. Iriti Kingibe today. Has anybody heard from her? Natasha is even trying. The kind of hope they put on Iriti Kingibe. Already she know that she's they don't want that. We have already told her that she's a one-time senator. But because her record and what she has done, I don't think even Abuja obedient will even want to vote her to go back there because she have messed up. they have changed. So those are the things. But for her, she is trying. Then coming to the article, you find out a Minister of Information was on CNN trying to push for that narrative that there was no genocide, there was no Christian killing, there is both side Muslim and criminal. We are trying to just take advantage of the process. He was trying to defend those things on CNN. There is nothing you can change. The only thing the Nigeria government can do is to stop the killing. How are you going to be telling me there is no Christian genocide? The next morning you woke up, they are issuing threats, they have kidnapped pastors, they are killing people, still Christian, they are burning them. So what are you going to say? The people who are carrying out this thing, are they Christian? They are Muslim people. And everybody will now be telling us who is giving them. There is agenda. When the leaders, you will come in a country, impose your religion law upon the people. That is why Bishop Kuka, that is his story. People will talk. Those ones are part of the problem of Nigeria. They are part of the elite. They benefit from the fair system. So all of them, they have their assets in the US. That's why will come out to talk to say this. Is it not in front of Bishop Kuka they kill they buy Leah Chaibu? Is it what is her name? Deborah. They buy Deborah. And at the end of the thing, him himself was protected. The same people that buy Deborah was coming for him. If not for the Nigerian military intervene in one way or the other, and the Sultan of Sokoto pretend to do what they want to do to cover up, but they already damaged the church. So what is it telling Nigerians? You will go on me selling this narrative they are pushing. Christian is not a Christian genocide, not this. May him, I'm not going to know as I want to talk safe. He no get children. He no get children. If not, maybe as in that Sokoto say marry, he see in children, he see in wife, there are among people where they buy. He will come and tell people that it's not Christian genocide. He know how many Catholic church they don't burn. He know how many Catholic bishop they don't, because him is part of the elite. He has a special security who protect him. That is why he can come and to talk to try to defend Tinubu government, because he's benefiting from the system. Most of them, they would come and talk, be neutral as if they are neutral. But since Tinubu get into power, Tinubu shot a lot of them because he knows their secret. He knows all of them, what he has done with them. So these people today can come to begin to want to defend. How do you want to defend? How many Catholic churches that have gone down? How many Anglican churches in the north? And other Pentecostal churches that have been closed down because of these people? And you are telling us that the people that came with agenda and what they want to do, to tell you that they want to sanitize the north. If you don't want to sanitize the north, why are you bringing your religion in that law in that place when Nigeria constitution does not recognize that Obasanjo in one way or the other did it in a backroom way because of he wants to return to government and allow them to succeed in Zafara. Today now, it has covered. It's covering the north. Is it only you, the Muslims that are in the north? You have Christians. You came there to meet the Hausas. The Hausas are Christians, majority, before you brought your religion. Now you are imposing your Sharia upon everybody. And you are telling us it's not an agenda to Islamize. So if you take over the whole north now, because the narrative they are pushing, which is everywhere in the media, they are pushing that north is Muslim. That is the narrative they are pushing. And you will not look at you. Who a man in Benue State, who is he? The one in Kwara State, who are they? The one in Plateau Jos, are they all Muslim? So why are you coming to impose your own religion, your own philosophy, what you believe upon everyone to accept it in a system where we have a constitution? That same constitution was imposed on us by the same a Muslim man. He brought the constitution for us. He did not include your Sharia law in it. But you, one way or the other, brought your own to supersede the law of the country. I will be a man in Nigeria. In your place, you will say, I blaspheme. Blaspheme what? Do I know what you believe on? How will you come in and blaspheme your destiny? Do I know what you believe on? Why do you want to force your own on me? So because of that, you will take me to your court And before you know, they buy me. Some people want to go out to preach. You carry them and you buy them. And nothing like Nigeria government have done. People like Bishop Kuka will come and trying to defend this government because it has not happened to you. When it happened to you, he's telling us that he lives in Sokoto. We know you are in Sokoto. It's your it's the place you built, the place you have done. You play your politics to remain there. You know what you are doing there, why you are in that place. Some of them are the problem of Christianity. Those are the people you have, people look up to, but they are the major problem that Nigeria have. If not, how can Bishop Kuka be coming to defend this government to say what is happening in the north is not genocide, that is living in Sokoto? Living in Sokoto meaning what? Do you know what people are going in southern Kaduna, where they have taken over their land, rename it, where these people now have brought their cow and taken over their farmland? They are now in IDP camps. How are you going to tell people about that? And you say they are criminal, they are hiding under. They are not hiding under. It's the same people in government, which our government have come to say yes. President Goodluck Jonathan have told us that Boko Haram are in his own cabinet. A lot of lists that have come out from the even Saudi Arabia, that is Islamic State, they have brought lists to tell you these are the sponsors of the people. Did you see any Christian in that list? If it is not an agenda to Islamize the Nigeria state, you will come today and be standing. You see Christians will be coming to be the one to defend. May it happen to you and your family so that then you will know and nobody will stand there to speak for you again. This is a sad. Then coming to this lady, you can see where she come from. Because of this kind of bad life, people abusing young children. You know, in the north, they see it as a way of life. That is why a senator will come to defend, to legalize, defending you marrying a 12-year-old child. Because those are their fantasies. Those are things they like doing. They enjoy doing, they see it as a way of life. That is why a father and a son will abuse, and they will come to happen. When you have money in Nigeria, the people who have those few money believe with their money they can do anything and go away. Is it not in this country that a House of Rep member threatening somebody? Do you know who I am? I can buy you. Is it not the same boy in Nigeria came out on social media to drag this House of Rep member? He came out and apologized. But the same man who fought for, because of money, he turned around and said the whole thing that happened for him as a boat driver, it was a lie. In front of Nigerians. That is what money can do. So whenever they have money, they think money can do everything. That is why you can go to abuse innocent child. Now, wherever the soul of that girl is, he cannot rest. With that kind of thing that by her, how do you think will rest? How do you think you can marry and have your children will be successful for that kind of art? You can never have peace. You can never have peace. So we must begin to do things in the right way. We cannot have a country where different law will be operating and they operating above the law and the Nigerian Constitution have specified and said this categorically that there is no law, there is no law that will be above the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But Sharia law is taking over the Constitution of Nigeria. Somebody can stay in a Sharia court and give a judgment to buy a judgment that is contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria, even if the Constitution of Nigeria was constructed to us by Abdul Salam Abubakar and over to Obasanjo to do it the way they want to do. But however, that Constitution is superior. It's superior than any other law. How can we stay in a country? You are bringing your law. Do we have a Jewish law in Nigeria? Do we have to bring the Bible and put in the Nigeria Constitution to say yes? You as a North, you don't come here. You as a Muslim, not as a Muslim, don't come here and do anything. You cannot come. Muslim and in River State. Yes, when we told them that River State is a Christian district, they almost kill him. Is it not the same this Nigeria? They don't want you to talk about it. But in North, you want to hold it to say it's Islamized. So anything that will happen, your Sharia law will work. So Nigeria, we must push. If they will not remove this Sharia in the North, then we will bring a Christian. We will bring a Christian law that you cannot come. You hate it. Most of them hide to drink. You collect revenue, tax, and they share it across. And it gets to you from the same alcohol that they are selling in this side. The same thing they are doing here from hotel where prostitutes will do. All those revenue will come, go to federal government, they will try to reach to you. But on your own side, you will collect the money. Then it's not a haram. When it comes to the one you will see, you say it's a haram. But the money side, you take it. You don't take it away. This is so sad for our country. We must begin to hold our leaders accountable and begin to hold them to remove this Sharia law in the Nigeria constitution. Let us have one constitution that can work, because the Christian genocide that is going on, the only way Nigerian name can be taken away from the problem in US today with what we have seen is only when you will stop the killing. If the Nigerian government do not want this bad name, they should do everything within their power. They have the resources, they have the intelligence. They can stop this killing and bring those people back to their ancestral land. That is the only way we can know that our government is doing the right thing. That is the only way you can remind people to say, okay, we have helped you to do this. The people will be happy to see them. If the people are not back in their land, the people are still in IDP camp, then these characters are in their community with their cows. How many of them have traveled to Dubai? How many of them are in Iran? Where do they see people carrying cow from one place? Huh? Where
All
do
right.
people believe?
Let someone else come in. Mr. Jonathan to come in. Thank you very much, sir. Round up in 30 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. So let them come and tell us where they see cow. People are carrying cow to go and destroy something in somebody's farm in Dubai. That is where Muslim are. That is the base of Muslim. So we cannot come to Nigeria and we'll continue this old way. We must do things in the right way. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Mr. Jonathan, take.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Mr. Jonathan, please talk to us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. I greet you once again. Happy Friday. God bless you for the good work you are doing. Bless you greatly. I greet you. My fellow panelists, I greet you all. God bless you all greatly. You are welcome. And Mom Diaspora, once again, good evening, ma. Happy Friday, happy weekend ahead. I greet you. God bless you abundantly. And my fellow commenters and callers, I greet you all. God bless you all greatly. You are welcome. Yes, as I said, Madam Deborah on Natasha, Senator Natasha. See, it's just, I don't know, it's just simple and it is logical. There's nothing to talk about for me as far as I'm concerned. If she had invited, what's his name now, the Senate President Akpabio to her birthday party, if she had, invited him rather to her birthday party or to, a housewarming ceremony, that's personal. This is simply official. And as I said, the caller has she gave a very clear understanding. We just need to learn some, because in Nigeria, everybody claims to know everything, even where people don't know, rather than to just listen, not to say anything at all. They just want to say something. This is simply official. She's doing her work as a senator. Akpabio is still today the Senate president. So, and what she's doing is to unveil a constituency project, which is in line. So there's nothing to talk about there. That is just there's nothing about her disappointing anybody. It's not a birthday party. It's not celebrating or a Christmas party or whatever. That it's not. So we leave it at that for me. When I listen to Bayo Ononuga, he's just doing his job as the president, Tinubu spokesman. He's the chief spokesman of Tinubu. He heads that media department and everything. He's the one that is, so he's doing his job. And he's doing it, excellently well to defend his principle even when obviously his principal is faulty. His job is to come out and defend him, protect him, use whatever means, propaganda. You know, he like to use the word malicious, whether it is malicious, approach. He will care. He care less. All he's doing is just to protect his principal. On the issue on the pardon list, as I said yesterday, I always say I don't believe anything that comes from the mouth of the Nigerian government or Nigerian agencies. I don't. If you do, well, good for you at your own peril. I don't believe it. The first thing, anything that comes from them, my antenna comes alive. It's an alert. My everything in me will just rise up because I know most likely is a lie. So I have to go deeper. I will not just take it. But what I know is what I know. So if they are saying what I already know, it is needless for me to even talk about it. It's not because Bayo Ononuga said it. It's not because Mr. Tinubu, acted on it. No. It is what I already know. It's a fact. Which was the fact he was talking about, the process. I mentioned it yesterday. And so good, it came today on here, maybe yesterday or maybe earlier today, I don't know. But there is there is a process. The president, yes, the constitution, the president, and yesterday, after yesterday, I now went back because I don't talk what I don't know. That's just it. In United States, Trump, I'm not going to go to past president. I just want to stay on Trump. As cynical it can be, Trump can be, sometimes or most of the time, very erratic as Trump can be. His pardon list, he submitted it to the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice in the United States reviewed that list. Even though the Constitution gives him the direct express powers. Trump, I'm not going to talk about past president, Trump, as erratic as it could be, anytime, any day. Unpredictable as it could be, anytime, any day. The pardon list that he used in his first term, this one that he just did, he sent the list to Department of Justice. That is a process. And then the department, of course, you know that it is his own Department of Justice. They will do whatever he wants them to do. The same way our Senate will do anything Tinubu asks them to do. But that process must be there. He did. So when I checked out late yesterday, I said, wow. So he said that is why he can come, because the president is aware that the moment this list comes out, there will be those that will be against it. There will be those that will question it, especially his opponent, his political opponent, those that hate him. Every president have haters, bashers. Make no mistake about it. And every president also has his lovers, those that love him they will love the president to buy with reckless abandon. Even if the president buys somebody, they will still love him. Even if the president, the first degree murder, they will still love him. He has his lovers. The same way he has his haters. At the back of his mind, every president will know that the moment this thing comes out, all his haters, those that want him by the net, they don't want to see his face, they want to hear bad news about, they will come out against it. So he wants to make sure that at least he will appear to have followed something. It's not that he just did it, as a kind of arbitrarily. So the same way. So when Bayo Ononuga was talking, he said in that interview that there is this committee, because the committee is still existing, that they use. The president, the committee did their job, and then they came back to the president. So that's what I was talking about, that there is a process. The fact that the president has that express constitutional power does not mean that in the middle of the night, he will just come out the next morning and then just say, I exercise. No. That's just that about that. Because I know that for a fact, it's not that I believe what is coming out from Ononuga or from any government department or agencies in Nigeria. I don't believe them, except what I already know for a fact, and this is one of them. So I will leave that, because I believe we talked extensively on it yesterday. On the issue of, the CPC, United States, designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern. That's, as we stand right now, that's a no-brainer. It's going to happen. It is only a matter of time. It's going to happen. There is nothing the Nigerian government can do at this point in time. It's going to happen based on facts that are already there. If you don't know, Saudi Arabia, the United States has designated Saudi Arabia as a country of particular concern. If United States could designate Saudi Arabia, that is relatively, in fact, let me take the word relatively, it's peaceful. Saudi Arabia is a peaceful country. It's not relative. It's not that it's somewhat peaceful. No, it's a peaceful country. You can walk on the street of Saudi Arabia 24 hours of the day, in the middle of the night. As long as you follow their laws, nothing will happen to you. It's a peaceful country. That country, United States, as we speak, Saudi Arabia is a country of particular concern, even though United States has a very deep national interest when it comes to Saudi Arabia. Deep. When I say, I mean deep. So they consider it in many, many instances. But that designation is there. Why? Because of the issue of religion. They didn't play politics to that level when it comes to the issue of religion when Christians are involved. Christians, Muslims are involved. You are buying people. How many people are they buying in Saudi Arabia as a result of being Christian or being, a believer in another religion or what else? How many? Compare that with Nigeria. So even just yesterday, the article that you brought out today, a lawmaker in the United States still came out and talked about the recent killings in North Central. After this thing came out, I went to the Red Cross, International Red Cross, because those are the things they will look into. If you need to go to International Red Cross website and read about Nigeria up to September, the articles, the statement that International Red Cross have been putting out. International Red Cross is undiluted, well respected. They are not there to mess around. It's part of the document that the United States Congress are evaluating as we speak. The International Red Cross. Nigeria cannot go there and bribe and manipulate their ways. They can't do that. So all these facts are there. So it is that. So for me, logically, I can say that it's a question of time. It's a matter of time. It's not about whether they will designate Nigeria, they will not, but it will. It's just a question or a matter of time. That will happen. Make no mistake about that. That will definitely happen. Because, I think Mr. Alabo spoke on that one. In Nigeria, which constitution do we have? We have a constitution that contradicts itself. And you are now coming and saying there is no Christian genocide. How do you want to square it? It doesn't add up. It will never add up. It will, please, sorry for the noise. I don't know if there's a noise coming in my background. I'm sorry, it's just my landscaper. Please, please bear with me. See, there is no way Nigeria will get out of this one. Not
Mr.
with this.
Jonathan.
Yes.
I thought anything money can buy. Is
No,
that
no, no,
no
no,
way
no,
the
not this,
Nigeria
not this
government
one.
can
See,
buy
the only
to
thing is that
Ted Cruz with money?
see, let me say this. The only difference is just that the world have not put torchlight on it. But now that they have put torchlight, they don't put torchlight on this matter. There's no going back. See, it can go on for decades and decades and decades if the world, the international community, does not care and they don't put they don't put torchlight on it. Then, but as long as now that they have put the searchlight or the torchlight on it, there's no going back. How do you want to square it? And then you say we have a country, one country. The same constitution that says a Nigerian can live in any part of the country. And as a Christian, can I go to Sokoto or Kebbi or Borno or Zamfara as a Christian and practice my Christianity without inputting or without infringing on Sharia law? Of course not. So Christians are being treated, they are being marginalized, sectionalized. They are not free in their own country. The same constitution that says you are free in Nigeria, you can live anywhere. How fallacious that is. How fallacious. There's no truth. And you say we have a constitutional democracy. There's nothing there. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's not fair to Christians in Nigerians. You can't go there and do what you cannot. That's just the honest truth. If you dare, they will buy the person openly. So when you look at all these things, you will know that. And when you, let me just say this finally on this one. As I said, there's no going back. It's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. When you look at the law, that's the bill sitting now with in the U.S. Senate, the condition to remove it, once Nigeria is designated as a country of particular concern, one of the conditions to remove that designation, Islamic law must be expunged in Nigeria. I think I put that, not just only the ones submitted by, in fact, the entire one submitted by Senator Ted Cruz. But if you read it like a 2 or 3 page document, it is about 60-page document. You just need to use the link that are there. Then you will read, because what they did is that executive order by Trump, they attach it to it. It's an addendum to that bill. It is that executive order that Nigerians are running eta-sketa. They don't want it to happen. When you read that one of the conditions to remove that designation is Sharia law must be expunged. That is why, despite the fact that Saudi Arabia and United States, despite the fact that United States has deep national interests in Saudi Arabia, they cannot, because Saudi Arabia cannot negotiate their Sharia law. So till today, Saudi Arabia is still designated. And it affects them in some parts where there are instances where it affects Saudi Arabia. So I don't know how Nigeria is. I don't know which way out here. So hence I said it's a matter of time. So I'll leave it there for now. But I just hope that the crooked politicians in Nigeria, by now, they must have gotten the memo that this is happening. And propaganda will not cut it. No amount of propaganda will cut it for them on this very one. If they like, they can carry all the bishops all the fake bishops, bring them all out with fake conference, media, present them, is not going to cut it. Nigerian media, very, very open to report all the atrocities happening in other countries, but they will not do that in Nigeria. That's why Bayo Ononuga, he was once a journalist. All you need to do, just to know that Bayo Ononuga just came there to lie. All you need to do, don't go too far. Google right now the role, the articles of Bayo Ononuga during the Abacha coup. Whether Bayo Ononuga, I have it in front of me. You just Google it yourself. The role, the articles that he wrote. Whether Bayo Ononuga seek approval. Whether Bayo Ononuga at that time was thinking about investment that will come to Nigeria before he released those articles that time. Google now the role Bayo Ononuga played during the Oka coup, the articles that he put out that time. Why didn't he hide it and say, because I love Nigeria so much, I will demarket Nigeria? I'm not going to say all that. He could do all that then, but journalists, media cannot do it today. So you can see their hypocrisy and their cluelessness. I will leave it there for now. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. Sir Louis, are you there? Sir Louis. Mr. Jonathan, can you hear me? Is it from my side or?
I can hear you now.
Okay,
I can hear you.
It means Sir Louis, maybe it's at
Yeah.
work.
So as I was saying, let me just say this one because I quickly, just shut it down because I was being conscious of the panelists, the next panelists that will come on. So
yeah.
you see, I was talking about Ononuga when he was talking about demarketing Nigeria. When you put such stories out, how do you want investors to come to Nigeria? See, these people, they are so short-sighted. This propaganda has made them, in fact, the propaganda they have lost it completely. If you see what Bayo Ononuga wrote in the role Bayo Ononuga played during the Abacha coup and the Oka coup, the articles that he wrote that time. If anybody today in Nigeria put such out, military did not jail him. Under military did all of that. If anybody, any media, say anything close to that today, they will lock that person up for life and throw the key into the Atlantic Ocean in Nigeria under this administration that Bayo Ononuga is part and parcel of. So you can see their hypocrisy all over the place. But it's so sad. We don't have a democracy. People who call themselves Democrats, they are not even close. They are no Democrat anything. It is for them, it's all about power. It's all about continue to entrench themselves and to continue to oppress, Nigerians all over the place. And I think, because of time, you see the story of this girl, Ochenga, that girl that pie was in Plateau State. That was at Plateau State, right?
No, it's Benue State.
Benue State.
Yeah.
You see, Nigeria. This is a country where they will say there is peace. There is no peace. The country is part of the problem. It's just part of the problem that we have. There is no peace. There is no there's no rule of law. The fact that an underage was involved in this matter and the judiciary could still I don't understand. we don't know the full extent. We don't have access to, because I didn't follow it when it really happened in real time. This is just coming after the fact now. So for someone to really have a deep grasp of this, of the event that happened then, is to go back and study what happened. But all I can say for now is that the fact that a teenager was involved and how quickly they could just wrap up that case and discharge and acquitted the person, the man that was at the center of this, it's still mind-boggling to me. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. But it is only in Nigeria. It is just only in Nigeria. When it suits them in Nigeria, they will be talking of DNA. I don't understand. I don't know which technology they have in Nigeria to get accurate, DNA analysis in Nigeria for court. I don't know where such things exist. They do, but
now oppression now. You know, when you go, because just imagine saying Akpabio daughter into that kind of thing. That man by now they for them. Nobody, no court saving for even see the for don't expedite. That is the speed of that process of that person.
Now by sentence now.
Now because the girl family nothing they.
Mr. Jonathan.
Yes. Yeah, we called you.
Yeah, sorry about that. While I was preparing to give my submission, something just came up. My kids just got back from school, and
okay.
So there was a lady came with them, so we were just having a conversation. So I just want to quickly say this and maybe go back to them.
Yeah, you have the floor.
Yes, I'll just, because I told her to just wait for me a bit. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you to be here with you great men. And I know you guys are always very busy with your own very busy schedules. For you to have time to come here to join your voice shows how deep you really want to see Nigeria become a better country that we all want it to be. It's not, sometimes it's become not a thing of choice that we are still in diaspora, including myself and many others. We all love our country, want to go back home. Unfortunately, we just don't want to be in a place that doesn't have the kind of security we've enjoyed in the West. We don't want to be in a place that doesn't have the kind of healthcare we've enjoyed in the West. So we want to see things work. But when we keep seeing that over time, I mean, in a continuous system of what we have on ground, it's not a system that gives room to justice and fairness and equity. That brings a burden. That brings it brings a pain of, can this country ever work? Is it going to work in our lifetime? Before I go further, let me quickly acknowledge my honorable gentleman, Mr. Helvis, for this great platform, for putting it together for people all over the world to come together and just put their voice together. Mr. Helvis, I celebrate you. May God continue to bless you and prosper the works of your hands. And your mommy diaspora, I bless you all. With the current situation in Nigeria, I think if you look at a few years ago when Barack Obama paid a visit to Ghana, Barack Obama said something when he was addressing the parliament in Ghana. He said, United States of America will no longer work with strong men, but strong institution. And many people reacted to that. They said, strong men. If you look at it over the time, Africa has always been a place where strong men just rules, and also the foreign powers, in time past worked with so many strong men. We all know the case of, the Thomas Sankara and and others, and Patrice Lumumba and all that. And in Nigeria, the problem we have in Nigeria is that we have some sort of constitution that was given to us in 1999 when Obasanjo won the election. But it's only on paper. People make reference to it. But we don't see the effect on ground, because we are supposed to give potency to that constitution. When you have it, everybody have to, and it's from a leadership, it comes from the top. And what constitution does is it provides a lot. Security is in there, because when the laws are fully implemented, it works for the benefit of everybody. But because we have a country that is ruled by strong men, so that's the reason why a young girl will be raped, or, pardon me, I don't want to use the language here, a young girl will be abused. And then you see that the law that should, stand to defend the abused, the law is used as an instrument to provide security for the perpetrators. And that is a problem. That then you won't begin to wonder that is the justice system in Nigeria monetized, that one must be on it, you must have power and influence to be able to have justice work for you. Or the justice is actually the hope of everybody, both the common, the middle, or the rich. I was just going through, just to refresh my memory again over this whole thing. I said, about the Nigerian Criminal Code Act. And I find out that it was mostly implemented in the southern part of Nigeria. Before I will go further, we know that we don't have a constitution yet in Nigeria. Before we can have Nigeria work, Nigerians need to come together. Elders or elites from all parts of the country need to come together to discuss. And that is one thing that the federal government, I think, they've avoided over the years. If we truly want to see this great country work, the way Ted Cruz and others are talking about Nigeria right now, of course, they will continue to. And I so much love the way Mr. Jonathan just explained. I was just enjoying your submission, the way you were going from one place. Just, it shows someone who has really done his due diligence. You've actually gone to research on things, and that is applaudable. The Nigerian elite today, they need to really come together. Do we really want to have a country? Because, Section 357, Section 358, the definition and punishment for, RAPE. A man commits, that if he has unlawful carnal knowledge of a woman or girl without her consent. I know after the COVID, it became more enforced in the UK, where people were talking about, they say leering. They say when you look at someone in a lascivious manner, it became, they say, because, you don't have to approach a lady anymore. Once you look at her, she kind of feel that you are using your eyes to just, that became an offense. And it was being enforced by the police. But yeah, we have it. You say, or with consent obtained by force, threat, intimidation, or forced representation. These things are here. And they say life imprisonment, with or without carnal, then you have death penalty, depends. Section 218 also talked about defilement of a girl under the age of 13. But I look at it, it said in the southern part of the country. Now, I underline that, in the southern part of the country. Section 221, unlawful carnal knowledge of a girl between the age of 13 and 16. We have it there. We have the penal code. Now, the northern Nigeria now applies in the northern part of the country. Section 282. That is now the RAPE. I don't want to call the word. Defines RAPE as sexual intercourse with a woman under coercion, deception, or without her consent. A punishment, say up to 14 years imprisonment. Then that goes on and on. But when we look at it, to me, I define when one has when you have any, I cannot say, because the age of consent in Nigeria, is 18. Or some can say 16, but 18. So if you have anything with a girl, with a minor, let me use the word, under that, there's no way you can establish consent. For me, it's RAPE. Now, someone spoke yesterday, talked about, I think, in the northern part of the country, where this is a culture that goes with that religion over the years. And I've seen several videos in the past where I think there was one, a senator married a 14-year-old girl, and several big men attended the wedding. And I was just looking. I saw that then. It was on Facebook. That was years ago.
Okay. We lost you there for about 10, 15 or 15 seconds or so.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know where I left off.
No,
Yeah,
Mr. Jonathan.
talking about,
Mr. Jonathan, that was your network. We can hear him.
Okay then, all right. Because where I lost you was where you said that you don't need once someone is an underaged, a minor.
Yeah, we can hear him. Yeah, he's
issue
talking
of
about
consent.
the northern side now.
Yeah.
We hear him all of this.
So now we have the Child Right Act. In Section 31, sexual intercourse with a child. A person who has sexual intercourse with a child under the age of 18 commits an offense of defilement, and we have it said the punishment life imprisonment. Section 32 is a inducement or exploitation of a child. So then we have different state laws. In Lagos State, it's a criminal, the criminal law of Lagos amended in 2015. It's a life imprisonment for RAPE or death penalty for child defilement under 14. Kaduna State also it's a penal code amendment law in 2020. It's a castration. Oh, okay, I think that is now with their Sharia now. Castration and death penalty for child rapists. Then Ekiti State and others. They are now go down to, the Sharia in our constitution. Now bringing it back to, trying to marry this both together. Now we have a country that operates a multi-religious country. We have people with even within the northern part of the country that actually want to enforce Sharia. We have people there who not all Muslims in the north are Sunnis. We have some that are Shiites. We have some that are just their Muslim faith is not as strong as others, and not everyone there will agree to the Sharia system of the Sharia legal system. I think years ago, what the former Zamfara state governor that will try to enforce it in Zamfara at that time. Now, bringing it down to the unaliving of Christians and all that with the Sharia system, there's something that Rufai Hussein said with regards to Reverend, I think it was Reverend Father Kuka or something. He said when one young lady was unalived some years ago, what was his response? What was the response of that man? Now, the US are talking about the killings of Christians in Nigeria. It's coming out to actually join voices with the Nigerian government to say, the killings actually is both sides. No one is actually targeting Christians in particular. Isn't that somehow?
God will have mercy on that man.
Isn't that somehow? Now, why should we have Sharia law in Nigeria? He said the constitution or the constitution, okay, now what I have here, he said the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria does not establish Sharia as a national law, but it recognizes it as a valid system of law that can operate in certain states, particularly in northern Nigeria for Muslims. But when that state enforces it, not everyone in that state are Muslims. Not everyone in that state
as the Nigerian government, Mr. Lewis.
Yes, sir.
When it's affecting Christians, has the Nigerian government done anything?
See, of course, they've not done anything. We all know that. But
secondly, you talk about the Bishop Kuka. Are you aware that he was sent by this government to Rome when they want to install a new bishop, a new pope? He's benefiting from this government. So when you are talking, it's part of the system.
These are religious, these are political reverends, political clerics. Yeah, people who are political clerics. Sometimes I try not to listen to them because they always speak the voice of those that are in power. I listen to people who do not have any affiliation or connection, whatsoever, to those in power. They speak for the masses. Because, when you talk about people who are activists, sometimes I try to be very careful. I think Mr. Johnson was talking about, is it Anonu guy was talking about, that made some publication during Abacha, that right now is, because why? These people, they only, as at that time when Abacha, if Abacha had employed him, if that man was working for Abacha, probably he would have kept quiet and not say anything. You only hear them speak when they are not favored by those in power. Don't forget that a few years ago, when Jonathan was in power, the same people shouting today, keep it quiet today. Many of them shouted then when Jonathan was in power. They even went to protest on the street in Nigeria. So many of them are speaking today. Was not the same Amok, the man showed to showed a revelation of what he made, what he posted some few years ago during Jonathan's government. I mean, during Buhari's government, how Christians are being unalived to the north. The same Namarki today is saying nothing is happening to the Christians. So we understand.
Louis.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for continue. Bayo Ononuga, I want you to just go check how radical he was, how we talk. See Bayo Ononuga sitting down on Arise TV, talking like Jesus. That is Jesus stay inside them. So quiet. This is somebody who talk arrogantly. Go and check how he does things before.
You know, my brother, a man that keeps quiet in the face of injustice is complicit. You know, what I've come to realize is that people who do not talk, even when they are faced with tyranny or impunity or all sorts of evil vices, they decide to keep quiet. Such people, I don't trust them. There's a particular pastor in Nigeria today, when Buhari was a president. In fact, that the church under his own leadership were the most attacked Pentecostal church in Nigeria. That man never one day came out to address the president or condemn the attack in the open. And people say, oh, he's a very smart, or he's a very wise man. No, Nigerians, we define wisdom as timidity is wisdom in Nigeria. Once you are quiet, you don't talk. That's why he's very wise. But the one that speaks, oh, that man is so loud, he's very arrogant. But you don't want to look at the message he's saying. But you just first of all condemn him. So Nigerians, that's the reason why when Nigerian man define humility, I begin to look at it from, is it defining it based on his own culture? Or is defining it based on his politics? Or defining it based on what humility is? So I don't really listen to a Nigerian man defining humility because it comes from their own bias stand. So I don't go there. So just to wrap this whole thing up, see, we have a problem with the case of this young girl and the current state government that reopened the case. And I just pray that this case is handled, and everything is completely exposed and there's a proper investigation, so we can get justice for the life of that young girl. I've forgotten her name now, because if this happens, there are so many young girls like that in Nigeria that are going through what that young girl went through, that will serve as a deterrent to other rapists out there and people who go around abusing kids, to understand that at least we have a system that works, that will put them in prison if they are guilty, or if they go out again to commit such a crime. I was in Benin years ago. A lady was raped, and I will never forget this. There's a police station in Benin then. The DPO was a woman. It's called a Wotubu police station in Benin. The DPO called the woman that was raped. He said, what you go do for the man house? That was the first thing they asked the woman. What you go do for the man house? I mean, that was exactly what was said on Arise Television. There's always this shame on the women that go through that. There's always this way of trying to make them feel like they called it upon themselves. So we must have a system now that stands to protect children and the vulnerables. We must have a system, because at the moment, yes, I know we don't have a country that works right now, but we have to keep voicing this. We have to keep voicing this, because the more we keep silent, the more these people will continue with their evil act. So let me pause for now and attend to these things. I'll come back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Louis.
Mr. Alabo. Mr. Jonathan, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Louis, for your wonderful submission. You see, Mr. Jonathan, I believe you have gone through to see who Bayo Ononuga is. You can hear Bayo Ononuga talking today slowly, very quiet, because he's enjoying us to rock. May it never be well with these people. That is why their children are always coma, and they will continue to have coma because of corruption. They will continue. All of them who are frustrating Nigeria today, because you are in power, the same people who are outside. Look at our religious leaders. Today are organizing fasting, prayers, because what? They are part of people who nominate who will be the minister of Federal Republic. They are part of people who contract has been given to their children. So they can't talk.
Yes,
they are benefiting from the system.
I like the term Sir Louis. He said they are political clergies.
Yes, now they are political clergymen now. They're political colleagues. He was a Bishop Kuka was on delegate from Nigeria government. He was part of the delegate, and he led the delegate to see this thing in a room. So all those things. So are you telling me it was somebody then that condemned what happened when they buy the Deborah, and they came out condemn, and in house they go almost burn down the church before the intervention? All those things he talked then.
It was not
This Bishop Kuka,
demarketing Nigeria then.
yes, this Bishop Kuka was in Vatican before. He was part of delegate who went to Vatican from the Catholic Church to give situation report of Nigeria that took for this genocide. He was the one leading this genocide campaign. Then Bishop Kuka, what has changed? It just be like this guy that came with Leno Mokri begin to analyze Leno Mokri and say he doesn't know that he know that Leno Mokri has been the one crying out on social media, brought out his Twitter about genocide happening in Nigeria. Say he didn't understand. The only thing he knows that Leno Mokri have changed a job and be paymaster. That is it. That is what is happening to these people today who will stand in public and be telling us, changing their mouth. May you never visit Jagaban. If your leg land in Asuro, your integrity is gone. I'm telling you. Check how many people who have visited who has visited him, neither Asuro or Bulon, this thing, Babylon. Wherever you've gone, or people that met him in London or Paris, once they come back, they become useless. You wonder what is happening. Is it
the way he handled it? You see this woman, this woman from the north now, Naya or something like the woman who said he met him in London.
Yes.
And then he asked Tinubu what Tinubu asked for.
What can you offer to the north?
And
yes.
Tinubu said, I have nothing.
That was why he decided to join
if it were to be, that's why the woman did not collect anything and she didn't even get any appointment. That is the strategy. If that woman had said, these are the things, that I want you to do for the north, and then Tinubu said, I have nothing for them. And then the woman said, okay, we'll work with you. We'll see how it will go. It begin to pander, him. And that's how Tinubu will just sneak in, give the woman what she wants. That's how he handles all of them. That's how it's a very, very tricky, in a very tricky, stylish, crooked manner.
Tunde Bakare, he nourished 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
In Easter, he condemned Tinubu. During Ramadan. Ramadan was May, I think, if I'm not mistaken, within that first week of May. He went to visit him in Borderland.
And everything changed.
Everything changed. He said we should give Tinubu time. Is it this your brother where they carry that was leading? He was the one leading this coalition. This man that wanted to be governor in your state. In Ogun State. What is the man?
Abati.
No be Abati. This guy now for PDP now where they go. This article with their boys now.
Shegumi.
Who was carrying, condemning President Tinubu. As soon as that call come to Ram through the former governor, say, Jagaba wants to see you, he say, oh, because these things we know, when they come on social media, condemn Tinubu, they want to be notified.
Mm-hmm.
They want Tinubu to just notice them. Then they get that notification. Once they get that notification, Mr. President want to see you, they say, oh, my work is complete. That is why you see them, they will buy time in all media houses coming to speak. Once the man pick them to say this, come, come, they say to them, the language will change. They were never there for the Nigeria people. These people are there for their selfish interest.
The first thing they offer them, all the money that they have spent, they will pay back.
They will pay you back. Then they will put you in a place where your name will not come, but money, huge amount of money will be, even if they are not going to be paying you monthly, the offer that you will get immediately, that money, you can buy a house in London and settle yourself for life.
Yes, now.
Then
I
the
like what
masses are suffering.
Pius, one of the commenters on the comment section, Pius Moye, he said that it's clear that our generation will not see a better Nigeria because we all accommodated people like Buhari and Tinubu. I kind of want to agree with Pius on this one, but it's just little hope that just little bit of hope there that
Pio should not just write this generation off.
yeah,
Do
that's what
you
I'm
see
saying.
what
That
is
there's
happening
this little
happening
hope
in
that just may
Tanzania?
be that in the next maybe next 2 decades. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, this generation, most of them will have been
No, the Gen
the
Zs
most
are
of them will be
waking up. Oh.
in their 60s, in their 50s, But there is something will I just a little bit of a ray of hope somewhere. I still believe that the time is approaching, and it is not far that Nigeria will get there. It may not be this generation may not be the full beneficiary of a new Nigeria. In other words, they may
Mr. Jonathan, even if in
yeah,
our old age,
yes, but we will
still
it's
see and
possible
say
that
our country they work.
yes,
See
but
and say
that
our
foundation
country
will have been laid
is
and we will
working.
see the new Nigeria on the horizon. I just want to believe that we should not, lose all hopes.
But
There's
something Black Panther asks. He said, what is the First Lady of Nigeria doing? See, we have a Minister of Women Affairs. Now, the Minister of Women Affairs, for example, if what, this is what I thought one day. I said, if the First Lady of Nigeria want to actually be effective with a charity, what she's doing for women, I think the First Lady of Nigeria should work hand in hand with the Minister of Women Affairs to actually know how to come in a situation like this. We have a case of a young girl, and that is just one because that case was open, and people, thank God for social media now, celebrities, when they hear their voice over issues, it becomes loud. Outside that, there are many of these still happening. When awareness is created, when the government take things like this serious, the evil doers, those who go around with this, perpetrating this evil in the society, they will run for their life because they just hide because they understand that the government is working.
First lady will not do anything. Won't build library. Now, waiting be a priority.
Is that library? Is that supposed to be our job? Is that supposed to be our job?
Now that one will be a priority. If not, she as a first lady would have been the one leading this kind of during the Natasha home. Did you not hear her statement? Because most of these people are Ghanaian women, so they believe everybody must behave like Ghanaian women like them. Some of them they give. I'm not saying it how. Some of them they give and take. They play along with senators because some of them probably their husband is not working well, cover up the space. So they feel every woman can still just play along that way. So when you see them talking in public space, they don't have time for those things. They will not come out to condemn. Because it's not something, they don't see it as anything. Yeah. Some of them, they will tell you, do you know when I got married? It happened now.
True.
Some of them got married at the age of this thing. The same way they forced them into those things. So they live with that. When they are seeing you coming through that place, they say, will not be the same thing what I passed through. So it's sad. They can't do anything. They don't see it as our country is a misplaced priority. The things that is not important or will not add any value to citizens, that is what they want to put it on their head and be pushing.
My brother, do you know a few days ago I was thinking, the video of Steve Harvey, I think an African American that went to the UAE. That video just, came back to me, just flashed back to my head. I was just reflecting on the video. He said something, he said, for a country that was a desert many, many years ago, has become a country that many people all over the world run to visit just to enjoy themselves. That's Dubai and the Emirates. He said it can only come from one thing, not the wealth, not the money. It comes from love. He said when you love your country, you will build it. When you love your country, because I was just thinking, I said, since our independence, do we really have people? We never actually had leaders that love Nigeria as a country. We don't love the country, we don't even love the people. The only thing that these people are desperate for is power. And that's why we are where we are today. Because look at it, it's a shame. I was just thinking, I said, now, how are we going to re-strategize Nigeria? We have a constitution that doesn't really recognize the people that controls the people on the ground. Well, I mean the people that control the people, talking about traditional institutions now. Now, we cannot just call Nigeria a republic and just completely turn our eyes against those. And we have a Sharia operating in some part of the country. We need to come to a round table and rewrite a constitution that will carry everything along, every part of this country along. Because most of the Nigerian people today see that are connected to their traditional rulers. Many people are connected to their religious rulers in the north. Then we need a constitution that will carry everyone along. We cannot just brush these things aside thinking, no, it doesn't matter anymore. This is just like, it's an exercise in futility. We're just fooling ourselves. Like we are not making any progress. I would think we are advancing where we are not even going anywhere.
Yes,
so we really have to, because I was just looking, I said, how? Look at Saudi Arabia. As I think this man said something, former Emir of Kano, I think now they've restated him. He said something, he said, these people brought Islam to Nigeria. Even though they brought Islam to Nigeria, but if you go to Saudi Arabia today, they are advancing. They are investing to technologies. They are empowering. They now have female pilots. They're not doing different things. The Crown Prince is doing a lot.
America shaped them now.
Yes,
That's the same thing we are praying for them to do.
Yes,
They shaped them to where they are.
Americans shaped them, but our leaders, they all traveled. They've all traveled before. Some of them went to school abroad. They came back. The things that they learned, they did not try to replicate that in Nigeria. It's a problem. How can you be a governor? I was just thinking, how can you be a governor of a state you have all the resources at your disposal right now? I mean, National Assembly is just rubber stamp. We know that. When a speaker will go to kneel down before the governors. These guys, they are like gods in their states. So you have billions of naira at your disposal. You are not the one that will go and take the shovel to mix the concrete. All you need to do is just make sure you have an effective government that will serve the people, release funds to the better companies that will do those projects, not private politicians that would pocket huge amount of money, spend little with substandard materials. No. Release funds. Let your government, then build a foundation. Whoever comes to you, continue. We don't have this continuity in our system. This man comes in, it destroys the previous government work. Yes, sir.
When they talk like this, you mention love. Can you love your child? Love your child and you see your child dying and you ignore it? Can you love your child and see your child going astray? So if our politicians are passionate and they really love the country, we will not have corruption we are having. So we don't have those characters in place. No matter how they travel, they are in power because of what they want to come and get. See, Mr. Lewis, the average mind on the street of Nigeria believes corruption is our way of life. Take somebody, send money, give somebody for Nigeria to go and ask people questions on the street. They will tell you that's what they do. They no longer see, apart from the diaspora that is pushing, or people who are more enlightened a little, who are not corrupt, that are saying no, election is fraudulent. People do not know. Everybody who are preparing for election, they prepare to say we want to rig. Nobody is preparing to campaign to win. So this thing is in our, I don't know if I will put this in our DNA, but they have made it a way of life that everyone believes as soon as you are going into the government corridor, you are there. Everything you have not gotten from the day they give birth to you or your parents have missed. Take the basket, take your own. The money, may they finish. The oil in Niger Delta is still flowing. So those are the mentality they grow up with.
I think they should the new constitution should it should remove immunity from all the governors. Now the House of Assembly in the state should have more power. The traditional rulers should be in line with the House of Assembly like we have in the UK. Now I'm going to define that in a way. Now the governor should remove immunity from all the governors, because what I was just thinking about that was Donald Duke. When Donald Duke was a governor, the guy did well. No, I wouldn't say excellently well, because the word excellent would be like taking him to the Dubai level. He did well in the States. Now, after Donald Duke, and then
give it to him, Mr. Lewis.
Okay, I'll give it to him.
He was removed. He was taking away all the oil block. He wasn't a part of this thing.
I will give it to him. I will give it to him.
Little money, little resources, but he plan well. The one you will talk that is Leo okay. That one he just came to scatter everything.
Now, okay, you see what I'm talking about. He came to scatter. Now, why? Because the power in the hands of the governor is too much. These people now coming, you have some clueless people who cannot even govern a local council. Then these people are elected to the office of a governor in the state. Now they come in, they don't even know what they are doing. Some of them, all they do is pass some brainless, some recalcitrant singers to be following them everywhere they go, to be singing, shouting, "You are the son of this, you are the son of that." Now, and these people, they will spend 4 years without doing nothing. But if you have a system, do you know why I love the UK system? I'm not even a fan of American democracy. I so much love the UK system so much. Because I say, until we get to a point where a governor or a president will have the party of the same president will rebel or will fight the president that his policy is not serving the masses. So to get to that point, we've not started. Like you see in the UK, when you see the prime minister's own party, though you see the people, they'll now have to pass a vote of no confidence on the prime minister in his own party.
Yes.
In his own party to say your policy is not serving the people, you are no longer competent to rule this country.
They will not endorse it.
Until we get to that point, right? The only way we can get there is to remove immunity from all the governors. The power in the House of Governors is too much. If the governors are under the House of Assembly, then, for example, any institution, anything that is built by a current government, when that thing is submitted, it becomes guided by the law of that land, of that state. If any government comes into power, the government will have to come to continue for where the previous administration left off. You have no right to just abolish anything without. You have to explain to the House why you want to do it, and the House will have to vote if it's necessary for you to do it. Not the government will just come, you just stop a particular project because the guy who decided it comes from a different party. You just abandon it. You don't care to know the lives, the people that if it's something that has employed or provided employment for more than 200 or 300 people, you don't want to
because there is no standard. There's no why? There's no standard.
Where your MP they live? Where your MP they live? Mr. Louis, is there?
I'm here,
to
sir.
let Nigeria know. Because all the senators, they're based in Abuja. Everybody lives in Abuja. But these people stay in their county. It's only when they have something they want to do, they travel to London, go to anywhere they want to have their sitting. They go there. Nobody they live area where they are constituent, where matters to them. Their people go to assess them. How many of our senators are in their state? How many? You are representing people. Even as of rep, even councillor does not live in the village where he represents. Councillor lives in, he lives in, if it is a councillor of this state, he will live in the city where he is. Then the local place where they are, you don't see them. That is how Nigeria system. It's a big problem we need to understand. How can you be representing people all your life? You live in Abuja, except occasionally for Christmas, and this thing you travel and come with rice. People jubilate. We are really backward because we have the least, the worst, not even the least, the worst among us having access to power. That is why you can see in which same place you will see somebody going out singing for somebody, hype man, a governor, a number one citizen of the country, having hype man following even to Ekiti, telling the Yoruba people that he is a first son of Tinubu. Yeah, they are even causing more problem for him. This is the problem we ignore and we abandon it because of sentiment. I'm not a fan of Obaseki. I'm not a fan of any of them. But my question is, this former NBA chairman was there. What is Olumide Akpata?
That was my candidate.
There is one guy. What is his name? That guy, very sound. Which party? One smaller party. If you people know that it must you choose the worst because of this, you choose the worst among you, and today you are suffering. Those people have not seen anything. No. I am telling you, I'm not from Edo State, but I know with statistics we have, learned people in Edo, people that can read and write, are over close to 80%. And the worst, and that kind of state, you have professors, great name. you are having person character like this as a governor. That is why they will continue to loot that state. They will come to him. Will he have time to read? Some leaders will read, will keep those things. They will continue to deceive him. What is happening in those states today will continue to go. It's a sharing. They will give him all manner of things on his table, just take and sign. The smart guys will just be taking this thing away, enriching themselves. That is it. That is what will be happening in Edo, because you have someone who does not have any clue. He does not have any understanding of governance. Even the figure, he could not call a figure for you people. Is that same man you think can do anything for you?
Well, I love. Continue.
Road construction is a common thing, Mr. Lewis. Road construction is something you can do, they will bring to you. It's not about casting road that means it's government. It's not about you fixing road that is bad that means governance. No.
Why I
You
love
must go
UK.
deeper, and you need someone who understands.
Why I love UK is that you never hear the Prime Minister begin to take road as priority. They talk about something more important. Over the mayors. The mayors focus on, because know why? Things are already working. There are companies that have been assigned that their responsibility is road. These companies, they go there. So you see some road, the roads are not even in bad shape yet, but according to their own standard, it's already bad.
Yes. Mr. Lewis,
they'll go there, they will begin to fix it.
anybody die on that road, they will sue the company.
They will begin to they'll peel the asphalt you have, that they'll peel it out, bring another one. Why the road? I think years ago in London, I was looking at, they were doing some road around Barking. I went, because I used to live in Barking. From Barking, I moved to Southeast before. I lived in Southeast for many years. Then I came came down to Canada. So I was telling them, I said, can you imagine this road is in according to Nigerian standard, this is a perfect shape, but to their own standard, it's not good anymore. They were peeling it out. I said, in Nigeria, that road would be so bad.
No, they have the same law. They have the same laws in Nigeria. We have it. You see, all the roads in Nigeria, most of them have 7 or 10 years. It's law. It's statutory. You see, at the end of that 10-year period, they allocate the money, but they will never do it.
Mr. Jonathan, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question now. You said they have this thing within the duration of their stay before the road are renovated. But the thing in Nigeria is that the government will now have to allocate. In the UK, they already have a company that they don't need to allocate it anymore. That's the company's responsibility to look after.
Aside from the total overall, every 7-10 years, they also have the annual maintenance.
Annual maintenance, yes.
The budget is budgeted every year. All the roads in Nigeria. These are statutory laws.
It's a statutory requirement. But why our own fail?
But they will not do it until those roads get so deplorable, that unmotorable, that it becomes a death trap. And yet they will still not fix it, even at that.
Do you know, I went to one area in Benin. I felt so sorry for the people that bought lands in that area. I said, these people are suffering. When I went there, it rained. But before I went there on the dry season, I also went there when the rain started. When I went there, when it was Harmattan, all the roofs were brown, dust. People abroad, they always go, they are buying lands in that place, building it, but the roads they've not even done the road at all. So I can tell you that since the existence of that land, that road has never been tied. But people are just buying land because they think maybe government will in the future government will do it. And people are just, they're hopeful. Now, I said, these people are suffering. When the rain started, the mud, you only need a truck to drive on that road. You see, this is the problem. I think we need to dissolve everything we have and rebuild and start from somewhere, because right now we don't have anything working.
Sir Lewis, and we need the government that will come in and put on a thinking cap. There are a lot of things we are missing out in Nigeria, which citizens will hold their leaders, and because of this sacrifice you've made. Some of those houses we even build in those places does not generate any revenue for the government. And we have lazy government that does not want to think for the state. If you have a place, the local council can come to work. Sir Louis, in your county where you are, you see what a councillor who is covering your place, what their responsibility is. To look after everybody in the school. Everyone will be in that barrel. Everybody is in that place. Anything hospital is their responsibility to make sure people have their good health. They have everything. They build the parks across where people will go to encourage you, go and do exercise, go for a walk. People pay taxes. I know some people will condemn. Council tax cover a lot of things in the UK. A lot of things they take. So the house you are paying, your mortgage, you pay tax for it. The rent you are paying, you pay tax for it. How many landlords in Nigeria pay tax to federal government for rent they are taking? So there are a lot of money leakage. I'm not saying this to Tinubu to begin to come and do. So when you build that will reduce. That is why you see one politician will go and steal money, huge amount of money, to build a estate where he will not keep. If you are paying each of those buildings tax to federal government, you will not leave an empty house. Some of these things will minimize, it will drop. If we can, state government can come in, local government can come in, monitor people who are doing well. Look at this. The tax alone you will generate from those people, those buildings, is enough. Before somebody want to build house in that place, they pay some little money. Like in River State, where I come from before, Equatorial people will come to you, they will come, they say, na matching grant. After that, some people will come. All manner of these things come to take those money. Those money doesn't go to the council. It doesn't go, it doesn't reach. It's few individuals just take it, share it about themselves. If council can wake up, at least generate revenue, they can fix the road. They don't need federal government or state government to come. Local government can take care of those little things. It do not take, but because of corruption, they swallow corruption. Corruption, like Bala Panther will say, is not in their DNA. I always say they make it a way of life. And Nigerian people, they have adopted that to see it. Corruption is a way of life for everyone. So they begin to do those things. So some of those things can fix some of these little problems you see on the street, on some of the road you see, some places. Council can handle those things. They can handle it. They must not wait for state government. But sometimes you go, because everybody are depending on allocation that will come from the river's oil, allocation that will come from the oil from the Edo State. Everybody are waiting for the little one that will come. When it comes like that, they share it among. Governor will take a little.
The Nigerian politicians, they are afraid of responsibility. They do not want to be responsible. So anything that will make them to be responsible, they will never do it. Or anything that will bring responsibility or accountability, they will never do it. What you've just said now about local government, see, it is the responsibility of local government to be collecting taxes. After all houses, they domicile in a particular local government, all residences. Exactly. The taxes that they will be collecting on these properties alone isn't even enough. They can plan their budget.
Mr. Jonathan, you are talking
but
this
you
thing
know
for
what
you
they
to
are
summarize
afraid of.
with it. Let me put this question to you. You are in Canada. Is it not local authority that is responsible for your water, everything you are doing?
It is now because see, they know in Nigeria, the local government, because if you are doing that, then it becomes your sole responsibility to provide water, make sure that the sewage is working effectively, all the connecting inner roads within that place where you are collecting money from them, it becomes your responsibility. So they don't want to do all of that. You see, they run away from responsibility, but they demand it from citizens, from
Mr. Jonathan.
So
do you know that as a those state is like my state, I've tackled my local government chairman. Do you know there are some people they just pay money 100,000? They are not working with just empowerment to pay because they are party people. This is a local government money. They just put some people 50,000. They are not productive. Nothing they are giving back to the state. Not that they are cutting the grass on the road. Is it not local authority that cleans the road? These people are not doing anything, but they just collect money every month. That is why go and check every local government in Nigeria. As soon as the local government chairman come in, the first thing they do, that is what they will do. They will tell you, say, ghost worker, they want to remove the name of the previous local government chairman, the people he's paying to. Then they will bring in their own name, like 200 names, just to put. Start paying, wasting resources that can build a hospital, that can fix the road.
Good day, my people.
Welcome, Black Panther.
The para. No go cool temper. Mr. Jonathan, God bless you. I dey listen to you now. Yeah, I want to listen to very well. You and I want to listen to your one portion of the CPC law. But before I go, I'd like to greet everybody. Naija Wash, Mommy in the house. Thank you very much for waking my brother up. I want to thank the viewers and the listener. And Oga Sir Louis, there's one other portion you spoke that I'm so keen on. You see,
Black Panther, hold on
one.
1 second, please. 1 second.
Okay.
Mommy diaspora or Elvis, please help Mr. Pansat for link, I beg. Thank you. Black Panther, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you good, you good. There's one part that I want to hold on the CPC law. You see, you see, you see what Mr. Jonathan just explained now. He gave a clue and he brought it in. He made an example, Saudi Arabia, he brought it in. You see, he made one fundamental statement. There is no how the Nigerian government will avoid this law to be enacted. There's no how. These are investigations that have been done for well over 15 years on Nigeria. Do you know what it means by when you waste resources, when you put resources online and investigate a key issue like this? America don't just put you in that list because they are hearing this. They hear say they have done with due diligence investigation. Federal investigation was on ground. They did it. They brought in private investigators. They did it, and all of them came together, reconcile, and it was true. That was why the senator from Texas made it a duty to make sure, because of humanity's sake, to make sure that this country, Nigeria, goes in. And this thing, do you know why this thing is very good for us all? It is very good for us all because the only way for the Nigerian government to come out is for us to write a new constitution. That is the only way we can come out of that list. But what we have now, that when you go to there was a law when you what this law, penal code law, where it talks on the law of, when it talks on the law, the religious law, and it opened another door for Islamic law. You see, this constitution that this man gave us. This man gave us, what is his name? Alhaji Salami, with his Fulani gang. They knew what they did. They know that they cannot put it directly into the constitution. They now brought it in indirectly, using the penal code to open door for it to come in. That is what they did. They know that they cannot explicitly open it for us to see it that, oh, you can practice Islamic law in the north. They did a bypass, like the doctor want to do bypass in surgery. They did a bypass. Because when you do a bypass, you are walking, you will know that that person did a bypass. That's exactly what they did to that thing they wrote and they call it constitution. The only way we can move out of this CPC stuff is for them to enact that constitution, and that was why they did not allow that constitution. That dirty man that is late now, that president, that is why he threw that constitution, which was agreed upon by the entire people, that didn't mention any Sharia law in it. That was why they dump it, because if they don't allow Sharia law, what they are propagating now, using jihadists, the Sunnis, to perpetrate this rubbish we have now, or the Shiite to perpetrate all this rubbish they have now, it would have given them power to do it. Because it's only place where you practice full Sharia law that you can raise jihadists. That's the way you can. That's the only place. That's the way you can raise. But if you have a normal Christian, they will never raise jihadists up. They will never speak on jihad war. So that is why you see that the Sultan was saying that if you touch Boko Haram, you touch Islam. He
Mr.
mentioned it
Pansat,
now.
please turn on your camera so I can bring you in, Mr. Pansat.
He mentioned
okay, I can
it.
see you, sir.
And there's another place when we go to concerning that our sister, that young beautiful girl that they raped, both the son and the father raped. Look, it is important we don't have these pedophile laws. Why? If we have these pedophile laws, it will affect the Sharia law. That is why they cannot push it. That is why it's lying in the Senate as a lame duck. That was why I asked the question, what is the First Lady doing if she has an NGO? These are the roles of the First Lady and the so-called Ministry of Women Affairs to push. Let it be as a legacy to protect our children, protect our young ladies who are going to be the mothers of tomorrow, who are going to give birth to the next generation that will take over from this vampire of a government that we have, who are going to take over from us, speaking the truth. So these are the things they have. If we don't have a new constitution, this trouble will still continue. It will still continue. That is why I'm holding tight. And I ask a fundamental question. Why is it that the tradition, the people, the custodians of the law, the one that kept the land to be fertile, to be virile, for the nation Nigeria to be formed, why are they not in the constitution? Why? They have the right to be in the constitution. Why is it that it is their own subject who become a governor that gives power to them? Why must it be? That is abnormality. People don't really recognize. That is why you can remove the Sultan. That is why the Edo people are protecting our king with all force, because we know the power of the governor. That is why we are protecting him. Why should you have a law? Why should you have a law that a subject of a king will now become a governor and now have that power to remove the king? There's no way you can do it. There's no way. That is why I say we must have a constitution that is ours, our own kind of democracy. We must not copy British. They are doing a monarchy system, but they created a democracy in a monarchical system. We can also have our own that we can give to other nations of the world to copy, but it's going to have the right of all human, that we are born equal. We will do it that way, but we'll make sure that our culture, our system, our style must be included in it. And the prohibition of stealing, during the days, you cannot steal in the old Eastern region. You cannot steal in the old Midwestern region. You cannot steal. You cannot steal in the West. They have a law.
30 seconds, sir.
So what I am saying here is that there is no amount of somebody will come and say, oh, let's make do of what we have now. We cannot make do of a mistake and try to see that mistake that was brought to us, to make do of it, to bring out a perfect thing, union from a mistake that was done. The Bible says the foundation is wrong. What can the righteous do? But I say, if our foundation is wrong, we can do something. We cannot say we are helpless. We can do something. Disobedient to what we have now is the only way we can take what we want to come to life. What is happening in Cameroon now? The half of the military have joined the civilian. Have you people heard? The military are broken into two. We must do something. to this thing. That is why the politicians are avoiding the constitution, because it is, we don't need to follow any book to write our constitution. We don't need to follow any law to write our
Thank
constitution.
you.
Let us call all the senators, let us have
Black
a
Panther.
conference. The senators, sorry, just 1 second. The senators, their seat will still be existing. Then it will start after the end of their own tenure. The new constitution will be enacted. We don't need to take it through all the whole states. Let the elders sit. Let us vote on it. Let us do the vote. After the vote, the constitution is being enacted and signed by the president. We don't need to go through all those. The house will speak. The house will speak. We don't need to do that. It's not compulsory that you must do that. It's not compulsory. You must follow the white book written by men, that this is how you do it and get a new constitution. No, I say no. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Black Panther, for your submission. No be only Ada go drive the constitution, and young people too, because of their future.
And to include the young people now, we all vote. We will vote. That's why I say we will all vote on it.
It's okay. Thank you, sir. Mr. Pansat, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. I am here. Yes.
Okay.
How are you?
Good evening, sir. Thank you for coming.
You're doing a very good job. I'm going to lower my voice because I'm somewhere where I can't speak very loud or very long. But let me say, with due protocol, I greet everybody who's on the panel with us now, Mr. Elvis in the background, and then everybody from Mama Diaspora in the comment section, to everybody who's participating in this broadcast. Now, Mr. Black Panther, I do see that you and I, we are going to have a clash, but it will be a brotherly clash one day. I want Mr. Elvis to schedule a debate that's formal, equal time, so we could actually get to the basic, at the root of the problems we have. Now, before I address you further, I will address you further. Let me say that today is a very special day. There's something going on, and I'm surprised that everybody's nonchalant about it. Right? The United States has placed Nigeria on the list of particular concern. That's all we need.
Have they passed it? Have they passed it, sir?
No. The president has ordered it. It's in place now. It's on.
Woo, glory! Thank God.
Yes, and it was spearheaded by people in the Senate like Ted Cruz and others. But it's on. But if you should read the statement of the president.
Mr. Pansat, it's like we lost you.
His network is always going up and down. He's in California now. That's the two get river there.
No be network, because since say no go fit talk the place in there, maybe they work. All right. Sir Jonathan, while we are waiting for Mr. Pansat, any response? Because Black Panther called you.
Should I just land it?
News based on the news that is out there. All right, I just want to buttress what Mr. Pansa just said. I will still have to do one or two more search on this to really, so that I can talk authoritatively.
Yes. We all need to do it.
Donald Trump has, from what is out there, President Trump has announced the CPC designation for Nigeria. So
that means he has endorsed it for them to go ahead with the law.
Yeah.
That is all completed.
Yeah, based on in fact, some news are already saying that he has today. This news came out today. On Friday, President Trump. In fact, I said it, and I'm not going to swallow my word. I'm not going to swallow my word that if President Trump, if this is true, I've seen it already, the news is out there, but if this is confirmed to be true, this man get my support for the rest of his presidency. Then we'll talk. I
tell you that me I don't talk within my household.
Depending for him, I'm not talking of Republican candidate for 2020, but
yes, for him.
Trump,
yes.
The remainder of his presidency, this man, I will support this president. All true. In fact, he doesn't give a damn. If this were to be true, they said, I think he's anyway.
I will find out from Fox today. I'll find out from them.
Oh, okay.
Because,
he put it out on his social media platform. He said,
he has put it out there.
Yeah. He said he acknowledged.
That means it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
He uses social media to govern. His own style is social media.
Yeah, it's a done deal. Anytime you put anything out there, that means a done deal.
And he said, Donald Trump said, quoting him, "I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. I acknowledge Christians in Nigeria face daily. There is daily radical Islamists are responsible for the mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern." Wow. So if I will, before we finish the broadcast, we will get to the bottom of this. No problem. We'll get to the bottom.
I think it is quite clear now. Okay.
If you don't mind, let me just conclude fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
So I was saying that's just the beginning. You read the tweet of the president saying that putting them on the list is just the beginning. Now, the implication of this, protecting Christians, includes our mandate. We cannot be persecuted like when we go and vote, somebody's going to rig the election. It will be rig and die this time. This guarantees it. Nigerians have noticed. Nigerians are very wicked people, unfortunately. Very wicked. All right? So they're sitting there expecting and talking about first world problems. We don't even have the basic rights. We don't have a court. So when people like Natasha goes out there thinking that when she raises her voice for the poor, for the oppressed, and then this cabal come after her, Nigerians don't do anything. She serves that the whole 6 months sentence, right? What is she going to do after that? She's going to have to join them. It's very few people who will not do that. Somebody like Showore, for example. He'll go in there, they will abuse him, kill his brother, do whatever. He keeps fighting for the poor, for the oppressed. It's only 1% that will do that. Most other people like FFK, for example, right? When they come to the progressive side and they try and they're harassed and the people don't rise up, right? Some of them will be laughing at them. Some of them will be doing all kinds of things. Then they're going to sell out. They're going to join the cabal. They're going to wash their hands. People like Olumide Akpata, for example, they'll come out, they will try, and the people are completely wicked. It's not like they don't know. They'll be talking nonsense. So let me just tell you that now we have the ammunition that we need. When the United States have gone into other countries and they've been able to free those people, what they use are insurgents in that country. For example, somebody like Muammar Gaddafi of Libya was a very powerful guy, strong guy, right? But it was his people that captured him, right? And dealt with him. If you go to Iraq, it's the same thing. The Iraqis, the Iraqi Shia were the majority of Iraqis in 1990. 1999, 2000, 2001, the Sunni Muslims, like we have in Nigeria, most of the people, Fulanis and the troublemakers in the north, they are Sunni Muslims. They were a minority in Iraq, and they were oppressing the Shia majority. In elections, Saddam Hussein would get 97%. A Sunni minority getting 97% in an election where the majority are Shia. He was gassing the courts. He was doing all kinds of things. So the United States used those Shias who were in exile in the United States, like Mr. Shalabi, to go and take justice back home. So that's what we're praying for Mr. Trump to do here. There are a lot of us here who want to take justice back home. So just designating Nigeria as a particular concern means that when that election comes in 2027, If they try, even think about rigging that election, he has to escort us home with the 182nd Airborne Division to go and take our country back. Because that is the only solution that it could be now. It's no longer a rumor. We have it. Nigeria has designated, and they're going to have to behave this time. Because all those Islamic countries that were making that kind of trouble, starting from George Bush, we have the template. We know what scares them. We know they can't fight for more than a day or two. Saddam Hussein, with the Republican Guard, as tough as he was, with Scud missiles, lobbing
Mr.
missiles.
Pastor,
Yes, sir.
when they said a country's particular concern,
Yes.
what's the effect of it, please?
Oh, Mr. Elvis, is a big deal. They cannot sell them weapons. They cannot sell them weapons, and they are ready to pounce and take care of. They believe that Christians are being killed and persecuted, and you'll be surprised how many Christians are being killed in Nigeria. It's a lot. It's like thousands a day sometimes. So this is not just spearheaded by Mr. Trump. It's from conservative Christians in the Senate. So it's a done deal. Now, when Trump came before, he designated Nigeria with that designation, but Mr. What's his name that replaced Trump took it off, Mr. Biden and Obama's and all kinds of people. So that designation is big. There's no way they're going to rig the election, for example. I could guarantee you that. They cannot buy weapons from the United States now. More than
If they
that,
rig the election in 2027, what will happen?
The Christians can rise up and then they're going to support us to fight. Right?
Oh, okay.
There will be. It's a big deal. Even before then, that designation puts Nigeria in a very special status now that it's completely, they cannot do anything.
That's true.
We have to now milk it. The social media like X has been our boss, and the smart Muslims from Nigeria have been fighting.
And most of the, sorry, let me add this one to it. Most of their finances that they use in perpetrating all this atrocity will be frozen, and their properties all over.
It will be frozen. Yeah.
And it's not only America or England and other European countries will join. Oh, not only England, they have it in their law too.
Yeah, but our problem is England. United Kingdom is going to try to do everything. They tried to do everything to weather this thing down. Now, remember, Mr. Trump's son-in-law or whatever is from Lebanon, and they live in Nigeria. So he has a daughter that's married to somebody, right? Even though that Lebanese claims to be a Christian, he's on the Muslim side. He was one of the ones, after Reno Mokre was disgraced, that took over. He has an official title with the Trump administration. So the trick was to have Congress lead the fight to designate Nigeria. So I was beginning to think that Trump was not going to sign it, but he signed it. So now what I'm saying, Mr. Elvis, I didn't know you were awake. If you can just, I know you're very good in research, pull up Mr. Trump's statement, right, from X. It's right there. You could see it everywhere on that designation. I read it to everybody because this is the most important day. This is the most important
When
event.
was the statement?
It was made today. You could go to X. It's on X. You could look for Ted Cruz or any of them announcing it. You will see, or just Google Trump's statement on Nigeria designation, special concern. You will see the statement right there. It's good to show it and read it because this changes everything. They're done. All of them are done. Tinubu, Northern Muslims, only the good ones who want Nigeria to do good now can prosper. Because if Christians actually are smart in the north, they should now begin to attack those Islamic terrorists, so that then the U.S. can then come in. It won't just right now. We shouldn't be docile and let them be. We should now start dealing with them, so that would evoke something.
Just as that. And the other good side of it is that to take this designation off on Nigeria, Sharia law must be struck out. There's no negotiation about
that. That is where a new constitution will be given birth to. That is where a new constitution will be
taken out.
Okay, let me address that, Mr. Black Panther, then I would sit in the back and watch. I heard what you said, and I have to let you know that the people are sovereign. I really want you to get this. This is very, very important, because that monarch, or any monarch, not just your own, only claim is that he is sovereign. He's not sovereign. That governor is not his subject. We don't have subjects in Nigeria. We're citizens. We are sovereign. That's very, very important. That monarch has no role. Zero. That governor is our servant, the people. That governor has a mandate to be a governor, but he's still smaller than us. He works for us. But even at that, he's greater than that monarch. It's not even close. That governor can remove him. Besides, here's it's a paradox. Now, don't take offense at this, because this is just, you have to deal with the facts. You have to deal with the truth. This is one time where the truth is good. The truth is on our side. We're not saying that the monarch is a bad person or this or that. We have to tell it the way it is. That monarch is playing a game with us, not your monarch, any monarch, right? Because the monarch knows, number one, that he doesn't have any role. He knows that he's not sovereign, right? He knows that the people are sovereign. So what he does, the monarchy tries to play a game where he's dealing with us, the ignorant ones. He works with the government. He works with the bad people, because he goes and he brings that authority from the people. But he knows he has no role. Those people in the back will tell him what to do. He can't even say a word to them. They will remove him. So now, what does the monarchy want? Opaque. He doesn't want any education. He don't want people to know anything, right? He has no power, zero. So now, what do you do in this situation? You have to accept the facts. We have a constitution. If we write another one today, like you say, because I'm with you on that, we need a new constitution, or we need to amend the one we have now. But what we're not going to do in that new constitution is to say that anybody's sovereign. Nobody's sovereign. In the preamble of the constitution, or it will say that we, the people, we're the one who is doing this constitution. One of the things you're going to find is that all men are created equal. That's not what that monarch is saying. The monarch is saying, hey, look, I'm supreme, I'm sovereign. My bloodline, if I die today, I want my son to take over. So, for example, you go to those states, if Elvis is good and we need a new leadership, and we cannot have Elvis or yourself, because we have to go with the monarch's son if he dies. He has no mandate. He's never been under any plebiscite. We don't know what the hell he's doing. So if we write a new constitution, we're not going to say that we not have a new monarchy or a new king. No, it's still us who's going to be in charge. That's why I'm saying the constitution we have now is sufficient, but we have to know what's there. We have to agree with what's there. You cannot do it any other way. You cannot play that game, because the monarch is not on your side. If you look at every monarchy, they're dark, and all the evil forces in any society is under that monarchy. That's what's protecting those people. That's just the way it is. Even in England, right? It's the same thing. They're doing theirs. They don't want a written constitution, for example, in England. They want to refer to people as subjects up to today, right? And they're playing the game. They're not a democracy. Britain is just like Iran, except in Iran, the Ayatollah is elected. So Britain is playing a stupid game because the United States is covering them up due to racism and all that. Because they should be treated just like Iran. They need an election down there. They have to have people pick their head of state. They wouldn't let that happen, right? So, and what I'm saying to you, though, Mr. Black Panther, unless you change this is the only fault you have. You either gonna have to choose to be a Democrat, or you're gonna be a monarchist. And if once you're a monarchist, you're saying, "Look, I'm stupid. My kids are not nothing. My bloodline is nothing." That bloodline with that monarch is superior to mine. Why? All men are created equal.
See,
Like you said.
Mr. Ponsat. You
Yes.
see, I cannot talk on this issue with you right now because
Okay.
I'm a close place.
Right.
You
Oh,
see,
no problem. Me
but
too.
I will say this that when we meet, when we in a good time, I will open the books and I'll open the minds of people to see it
Okay.
very closely.
Okay.
So
No
I'm not
problem.
coming from
By the way,
a selfish intention. Neither am I going to follow the dictate of the West to
right,
determine
right.
the
It's
way
not.
of life of our
It's not
life.
the. It's not the
So
West.
I
Let me tell
believe
you.
in what you're saying now.
Listen.
I believe just
Let me just make one
look.
point.
I'm being
Yes.
very critical in this area of analyzing. I'm not just jumping into it because I want to have a say. There's a reason and a purpose. I will explain that maybe on a good day. There's a reason
Yes.
and purpose why I want the traditional people to be in the constitution.
Anyway,
Not with
Black Panther, me, I agree with Mr. Pansat 100%. To be honest, we'll talk I might be. I agree with him on what he's saying. You know, because if me, I have to speak the way I want to speak, that will offend so many people. But I'll just leave it like that. I want people that have the braveness to come here and speak truth to power. Because, listen, I want to know more about this particular concern again. Now, what is the stand now of Nigerian government of this declaration by Trump?
they don't have a stand. They can only do propaganda. They don't have any stand.
Oh, Mr.
So will the
Elvis,
propaganda work for them?
It's not going to work. It has pushed. The president will sign it. He has already
they cannot.
said it on the internet. So anything,
No,
Mr. Trump
it's
works
not
this
going to
way.
sign. He has
If
already ordered it.
no, he will sign it. He will sign an executive order on it to
Now that's
seal
why
it.
I said you should show on the screen the stuff, right? You know, if the president didn't want to, if he's not proactive, then the Congress would draft a bill and force him to sign it. If he refuses to sign it, they can override it. Let's say he vetoes it. But in this case, the president wants it. So as this is progressing, coming through the Congress, he went ahead and ordered it. So it's in effect now.
Okay, Mr. Pansat.
Yes.
No, I'm not say I'm asking so much question. Now,
No
once the president has signed it, what will now happen?
Okay, it will then place Nigeria on the list. There are a lot of things Nigeria cannot get anymore. Number one, weapons, right? They completely, and then they're being watched. But the reason why you need to read that tweet from Trump is it will tell you, it will answer your question. It will tell you that first of all, the beginning is just placing Nigeria on the list. Now is huge. No president has ever said that when they're putting someone on the list. The list should be enough, but he's saying that the list is the smallest. That is the beginning. So you should do everything. It's not hard to get that thing and put it on the screen so we could read it. I don't know if I'm on the cell phone. If I click off to go get it for you, maybe it would come down.
Mr. Pamsat, to add to what you are saying, I think there's a lot of things involved in it. Mr. Najawa need to know this. If they finish the whole bill, the Secretary of State has to present all the list of people that are aiding and abetting, that are sponsoring. He has to present it so that they can publish it and they can put a red flag on every one of them. Anywhere they go around the world, they'll be monitored. Already their
They're
account
done.
is closed.
They're
They are
done.
done.
I can
They are
tell you
done
right now,
forever.
they're done. He cannot try to rig the election. Now
But
Christians
if
and
they failed, if they failed to give us loan or whatever, how does that affect the satanic government, but the people?
it will not be the loan. I'm talking about buying weapons, doing all kinds of things.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just for that, and then that administration, and I believe in the next few days they're gonna start placing them, seizing their assets. There's so many. Once you go into that list, it sounds so benign that you're on a list. No, it's bigger than that. And in that tweet, it listed now. Trump went further to say this is just the beginning. So they're done. Now it's up to Christians in Nigeria to take advantage of this, right? Tinubu is done. Now, you have to know that a few days ago, maybe last week, Trump removed Soyinka's, what's his name? Wale Soyinka's, what do you call it? It's not his visa, but his, what is that, Mr. Jonathan? What do you get when you're going to America from Nigeria? His visa? Hello?
No, his visa was revoked.
Okay, he revoked his visa, right? Remember, his friends of Wale Soyinka that are in the Washington, D.C., the president and everything, in order for the Secretary of State to take that kind of action on Soyinka because he abused Trump, you know.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, we can hear you. Okay, now, if that's what you are talking about, that's the statement there. Let me read.
Okay.
For Donald Trump. Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I'm hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. Jesus. I'm hereby. Hey, God. Power the past power. But that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide, something must be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriation Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. Donald J. Trump. Hey, God. Now, see why I say I support this man that time. I say I don't need them. Eh?
You don't end now. You don't put on.
Some of them are talking at that time. No, people like Black Panther. Trump not good. Trump not. When I say he they talk to authority, let me be like this man. He said, I hereby. You know what that means? I hereby declare. Hey, God. I like that word. Hey,
Oga no play politics here. Talk with it on ground, not they play politics.
Who not be politics here? Is this not the realism of what on the screen? Is that hereby?
You are making it political now. This is life and
political how?
By saying why you like somebody. Must I like him? Must I like him?
Mr. Elvis, this is what I will say. Let's not. When I hear things like this, I'm not quick to celebrate. I'll first of all step back and watch the implementation of everything and the effect before I start jumping. At the moment now, I'm still watching.
Anyway, I want you to walk.
No, you don't need. You don't need to say you don't like. You don't let me explain to you. You don't like. You don't need. We don't need the likeness. The order has been gone and it has started. We know how the American government works when they enact this law on any country. So be confident and the rest assured.
See, there is not Mr. Sir Louis. Sir Louis.
Right, hold on 1 minute. At peace. This one we talk, so it's the truth. This is why speaking out matters. Our voice matters. Continue speaking. There are those satanic people that think that we are talking, we don't know what we are doing. Listen, the world is listening. They are watching. That's why they are reacting. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Sir Louis, I just want to respond to you. Don't lose hope. Don't lose confidence. Don't. I said it earlier. I said it's a matter of time that is going to happen. Me, I didn't even know that Trump don't put out, say this thing don't already happen. So there is no propaganda. This one is going to, and as he said on this statement, he said he's asking the Congress, both the Senate and the House Appropriation Committee. When something goes to
he offered them, he said they should get back to him.
This is when he says, wait, my people, he didn't say House Foreign Relations Committee. He didn't say any other committee. He said House Appropriations Committee, meaning meaning that money, it will affect Nigeria. So the appropriation, the kind of, money in terms of, money that they are, grants
That
and all
means
the rest.
he's calling on the Secretary of State to work with them. Because whenever I mention appropriation, the Secretary of State comes in.
As appropriation has to do with money. This has to do with money. So that means that this thing is not, again, what we have to know is this. My own is that regardless, it's going to happen. It's a question of time, and we're seeing it happening. How the manner at which it will happen is what we cannot say. Nobody can say it expressly right now, but this thing is going to happen, and it has a very far-reaching implication on Nigeria overall.
So the question I want to ask, we say, somebody say make I help and ask this question. No, not maybe they ask and a person say make I help and ask him. Now I want to pass the person message. America get power to remove any president from power in any country.
Mr. Elvis, let me
they get the power.
America have the power, not direct but indirectly. They can do it. They can do it directly if it's an invasion like what happened in Iraq. But now America will not have an invasion of a country anymore. That a false flag, because that will not play out anymore. I mean, that will not serve. The world will not accept that. So what they try to do now is to use the Libya tactics of just causing crisis in the country. They come in the peacekeeping.
See, let me explain it better so that you understand it.
Directly.
Let me tell you how they do them. Let me explain to you better. You see, there are two types of job the CIA does. They do dirty job and they do clean job. And you see, and they don't laugh now. That's how they talk now.
Yes.
You see, the Gaddafi stuff. What happened was the dirty job. They set up and the people come in and they do the damage. That is how they work. You remember in one country in South America, America went in there to pick the president directly. This will not be saying then he went in there.
Wait for 2-3 seconds. Wait, what are you even talking? America is currently doing it in Venezuela as we speak. Currently as we speak.
Thank you. That's the second country now. That's the second country. Thank you very much.
It's happening right now. That's what they do. It's happening in Venezuela.
See the Venezuelan President Maduro. We all saw what happened. They said the man is supplying drugs in the US. So the CIA right now, they actually placed an arrest on him. So we understand that America has
not only arrest, they are bombing. See, the America now, that their largest warship, naval warship, is there right now as we speak.
Roosevelt is there now. Roosevelt's already there.
Now he just landed. Roosevelt landed there this last Monday. So the whole place everybody is the man mean business and he's spying them. 2 days ago, he spy another five. Every movement there, they just bomb them. Every kind of movement on the waters there, they bomb. They don't give it. America doesn't give it them. So that is to answer your question. That's one way of doing it indirectly. So
what they are doing now, it might look illegal. Yes. But one thing is that it is the survival of humanity. For the sake of humanity, is doing that because it's affecting both the country. If we have to go through the laws and the procedure, we might not get it. In the other country, one South American country, I'm trying to remember the name of the president. He's having a jail time in America now. America went in there. Noriega went in there and picked him up and dropped him in the cell here. He's right in the cell here. So there's nothing they cannot do. It's just that when the boys go in there, do the dirty job, they will come in and finish it up. That's all.
All right. Okay, let's round up.
Mr. Jonathan. One thing they will even do with this kind of thing, if they don't even allow anybody to buy oil from us, that one alone, Nigeria go run a test scatter to do everything. Because that is where the politicians, they steal the money. As it's happening in Venezuela, anybody who wants to come to take the thing, then they finish them. Black oil, they need
okay.
Let's
let me say this to you. They don't do any dollar transaction again. Don't you understand what I'm saying?
Could it be that, I don't know, I just want to put this in. Could it be, just by any chance, that government have a way of knowing things ahead of time?
5 minutes, we're rounding up. 5 minutes.
Yes, could it be the reason why Tinubu changed the service chiefs? I don't know. Maybe they already have a heads up that is done
That is
already.
the reason. That is the
We know,
reason. That is the reason.
we know say this is part of the reason. Even with this, if America
Okay.
are interested in you, the same people where Tinubu put for their children, their US. Their children, all of them, all those military
Oga
people, their
Jonathan,
children,
you
they
remember I
stay
said one thing.
someplace.
I said one thing 3 days ago.
Then go come out Tinubu for America.
I said
Tinubu
there
no go
was
get
no,
telegram.
see, I said there was no coup. There's no coup. But people were saying I should bring facts. I said there's no coup. This thing was prearranged by another media to make it so that the presidency can have a voice and say, then look at how it plays in the media and how it play in the public. Then they will not come that there was no coup. The coup aspect of it came in so that we can change the service chief. It was not due for them to change the service chief, but they has to create an avenue that will make him change them immediately, and whosoever I put there, the other people will not complain. Are you getting the picture now? Because they know that they have to break the law to put a service chief there to so that he can have a good CV to the world to see that he's doing something. It's not a religious war.
Mr.
It's
Black
just a,
Panther.
that is what he's
Mr.
trying
Black
to
Panther.
prove.
Mr. Black Panther. Even with changing the service chief, if America is interested in you, because all the people, the top military, they are one-way link there. If they don't get house in America, they have it in Dubai where America can capture them. They have it in somewhere
But
in
remember,
UK.
we get one caveat to then go steal money more now. They go to steal more now. Then
Yes,
go to loot money no more
whatever way
now.
they will do, that is what they will be doing now. But if they still want to take on the president, Tinubu, this very man that is chief of staff, chief of defense staff today,
See,
America will still use him to get
this
Tinubu,
this
whether be it his
CPC.
brother.
Let me say this also. This CPC designation, they just America, just their law, they just use religion as a cover. It covers corruption too. You need to read that bill. Say any form of corruption there will be further sanction, because the next move now is direct sanction. So rigging of election is there in that bill. That this bill, the rigging of election is there, corruption is there. So religion is just the body of it. But on the inside, as they always say, the devil is in the details. When you see the details of that bill, not just the one presented for senators to read, a 3-5 minute read for senators. No, each senators will take it to their back office. If you see all the links, all the addendum and appendices, an exhibit attached to that bill, then you will know that it's all encompassing. It has the element of corruption inside. It has the element of election rigging inside, and that their properties will be seized and all the rest. Everything is all inside, it's all encompassing. That is why Saudi Arabia has to man up, even though America have huge national interest. Saudi Arabia man up. They man up, no corruption. They have to man up with, they stop all this nonsense about, just buying people anyhow, in an open fashion and all the rest. So this is it makes country to really stand up, even if they have to pretend. They must begin to do the right thing.
Mr. Jonathan,
Yes.
I mean, you see, that's the reason why the current crown prince had to, before women were not allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia. That's why the current crown prince had to, change the law. It's actually changing a lot of things. Now, women are not allowed to drive. So many things they're now trying to, because it was completely Islamic according to their, their constitutional way of life. And you are really right, spot on that, because they understand that in a way to make the country become more appealing to the West and the world, they have to let go of so many things. I think this was actually what, yes.
To add to your point, Saudi Arabia is presently building 3 cities, and those cities it's online. You can go and vet me. Those 3 cities that they are building, I think it's more than 3. There is not going to be a Sharia law on those cities. That's what they are doing now. This current prince is doing a
Mr.
lot
Black
to
Panther,
move them out of this
Saudi
border
Arabia,
list.
Jordan, Dubai and the Emirates and most of all these other countries are not democracy. They're not democratic countries. I mean, in terms of their system of government, these are monarchical countries, and they've done excellently well. Look at the way of life of the people. Look at the healthcare and all that. So there can be, simultaneous. Or let me use that word, or because at the moment we've embraced democracy over the years. For more since independence, it's been a republic, and still nothing is working. I support the system of having a constitution that actually connects our traditional institutions, because at the end of the day, that traditional institution is the identity of the people. You cannot
That one now for another day.
now.
Don't bring that
Yes,
topic. Another day we'll
I
talk
want to
that
round
one.
up with that. I want to round up with that. If regions are allowed to have their laws under the country Nigeria, each region should have its own laws and put that in place that goes in line with the people. Because if some people do not allow that, that's fine. I really appreciate that. Just like France and Britain. France had the monarchy abolished years ago during King Louis XVI. That was in the 17th century. France has been republic ever since then. Portugal actually abolished the monarchy. That was when King Manuel during the Second World War, and that is been a republic. But the UK still has a monarchy. Norway has a monarchy. Spain has a monarchy. Many countries in Europe have the monarchy. So they live together with mutual respect. Some are republic, while some are monarchical. So people can have different opinions, but still must learn to have respect for each other's way of life and not just try to cast aspersions or begin to degrade someone just because you think you have you have a different view or whatsoever. Okay, thank you.
I think we all. Let me just give my last.
My own
I
Black
think
Panther.
okay.
My joy is that the mansion they bought in is it Florida to help the give owner for US money with our River State
All of
money.
them don't go. They don't go.
The money to come back to River State. That is what I will petition the
No, the
US
money no go
government.
come. It go dey under a certain coffin whereby
I know now, but later
they will not talk where
they
they
will
take am.
return it.
They no go
They will
refund am to na government. Like
they will refund it.
they go
They
use
will
am
refund it.
rehabilitate the people that like what they are
Later
doing in.
they will return it to us, but they will tag it to something project they want to do to support the people. Then supervise it. We know it might take years to come, but I'm happy, not just in my River State, but other places in Nigeria, if this can stand. Because the government are criticizing, they are condemning people who are calling for this for their own selfish interests. Bishop Cook and rest, who know their crooked way, they have gotten something to also in US that they are scared of speaking in favor of the government. They want to make sure this kind of thing do not come to line. Today, the reality, all of them will see it. Today, Nigeria will know most of them who are doing bad business. You call them that the GOs, bad business, that these criminals in office are using their account because nobody audit church account, using their account to loot money. Not be my mouth, EFCC boss have told us that religious leader, they aid and abet all this kind of thing to help politicians launder money abroad. At least Nigeria will see a lot of them. They will be exposed. Then you will know that those people you call your daddy Gio and Bishop and this thing, they are not worthy of those names. Thank you.
Okay, Alame said thank you very much. I think what Mr. Oga Jonathan said, he said as time goes on, a lot of things will be coming out. And that is the job of the Secretary of State of the United States of America. As time move on, that list that they hid, those are sponsoring the what is going on, the terrorism and the everything they call it, the name will get to our hands. And I want to advise every Nigerians, every meaningful Nigerians, the activists that are truthful, it is now time for them to rise up and demand, and their demand will be heard and their voices will be heard. I think it's time for us now to educate more the Nigerians that this is what is going to happen and this is what we are expecting. And what they are expecting from us is for us to wake up and give our government, tell them what we need. We need them to invoke that agreement, the Constitutional Conference Agreement. We need them to bring it to life. We all want to see it. We want, because it was our money that was spent on it. We want to see it. We want to deliberate on it, and we want this present government, if if they want to do anything to appeal the people, to make the people stand on their side, I think they need to invoke a new constitution. Thank you all.
Mr. Ivis. Mr. Ivis.
I think Mr. Avis will join us soon. I mean, everything spoken today, they're all spot on, and I think we've made lots of points. What really pained me why I joined this podcast was the news of that young girl, and I believe we've all joined our voices today. And I also know that for those who watch this broadcast today, they will send the message on to many others. We'll continue to sound our voice against abuse of minors in Nigeria, and we must make sure that the judiciary know their role in our society to protect the vulnerables. I just pray that as the government reopened the case of that young girl, that the justice will be will serve its purpose, and the perpetrators, that man and the son, if they are truly guilty, then they will face the wrath of the law, and that will serve as a deterrent to other idiots out there, that you don't just take advantage of any young minors. You think you have power over. The law is there to catch you up, and the law is there to put you behind bars. Yes, thank you very much for everyone. Mr. Heavis.
Mr. Lewis, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful submission. It's obvious for every one of us. We have seen what is happening today, the level of corruption. Nigeria should monitor every one of them. The federal government, they paid. If you watch, you will see that the Minister of Information was on CNN trying to paint or change those kind of narrative, because it already is too late for them. Image, they want to repair the image. There is no way you will repair something that's already been destroyed, that is obvious. It's there in the public space. And not that when you are trying to repair those things, you have stopped the problem. The crisis is still there. They are still buying people, as he was on CNN talking, trying to defend these stupid ideologies. You will bring your ideology upon my own, and you want me to forcefully accept your own ideology, belief of what you believe on. It's not possible. It doesn't happen like that. Even no matter how strong America is, they are not forcing anybody to be a Christian, neither to be a Muslim. Everybody manage it. There are Muslims in America. There are Christians in America. In United Kingdom, there are Christians. There are Muslims. Nobody is forcing people, you must join my religion. But you just organize some people in government are paying them, then you now be painting to people that this is narrative, is screaming and trying to paint. Is what they are doing, and are they not doing it, empowering you? How do the Fulani become so powerful in the government? Is it not the same pattern? You came, you are never part of Nigeria. You came, you migrate and come, but you've taken over North. You taken not up to 100 years, not even up to 50 years. You have taken over the whole space. Nobody know Hausa people again. All you know here in North is Fulani. You even claim people Benue State, Kwara, everywhere is now Fulanis. So we cannot live in a country like this. And you want to say you want to do image repair, to repair what? When the people are still buying people. It's really sad. We should continue to speak out. If you think those little things you're saying is not going far, it's going deep. It's reaching corners. It's going far. It's people that raise concern.
Alabo,
Huh?
they are going to do what? They are all going to recalibrate now. Like I told everyone that Nigeria is a big nation and there's a lot of interest involved in. Some of you were thinking that, oh, they will Islamatize Nigeria. I said it's not possible. I told you people here several times, it's not going to be possible. It's a big nation and we have a lot of religion inside. So one person cannot rise up and start doing all these things without the world, because we are signatories to the United Nations Charter. That is just the basic of my argument. In a modern world, you cannot do that. In the old world, before the Second World War, you can do it, but now you can't do that anymore.
No,
We can't make reference.
Buhari visited US how many times? And these same things was removed. this stuff was removed because of bilateral relationship. You understand agreement he had with US. But under that same Buhari watch, this genocide continue. Buhari finished. As Tinubu took over power, it's just as if he had agreement with them to say, okay, do like this, do like this. They continue this thing. And today, and this second one now that they have put on horse in Nigeria, this one might not be during the Buhari time, they did not even during the one the sanction they gave before, they did not really the politicians do not really feel anything on that one. But I know this one is going to come with a lot of things. They're going to do something. And I pray, let them look at the corrupt politicians and their children. Let
This
them
is
hear it
this
from
is the
back
last
home.
straw.
Because
No, this
we
is the
know they
last
have
straw.
done it before, but we didn't see impact apart from Goodluck Jonathan
No,
trying to access
before was sanction.
ammunition they deny.
Was sanction.
So let them do it the way
What
Nigerians
did
will
it,
see the
Alabo?
benefit.
Alabo?
Yes, sir.
Alabo?
Yes,
Right?
sir. Go ahead, sir.
The
I
way
can
they
hear you.
did before was sanction against the country because of a lot of things that corruption and things of the oil. Those were part of it. It wasn't under the religious. This
No,
one
but
is more
it
than
was a country.
sanction
It
on the
was a country
country.
of course, but it was listed as a country of concern.
Yes, they didn't.
They lifted it. They
Yes,
lifted
that
it
one
under
was not under
Buhari.
religion. No, they lifted it under. I think it was the former president. This one that went
Buhari.
before the.
Under Buhari, yeah.
Yes,
They lifted it.
Biden was the one that lifted it.
Lifted it.
Biden
Biden
lifted
lifted
it.
it. Yeah.
Yes. So this one now is the last straw because of the facts on ground. So when they're on the last straw, the only thing, like I said, the only thing that will make them be listening to in anywhere is for a new constitution that will bond every culture, every tribe, every religion. That is what Nigeria was in the 70s. That is what Nigeria was in the 80s. It wasn't what we have now.
Where the British handover gave us, it was like that. Even
It was like, but it wasn't pronounced. It wasn't.
even to 90s, even to 90s.
That,
It
see,
was the
that
early
was when. No,
2000
no, no.
that the Zamfara
See.
state governor brought this Sharia.
Wait, Oga. You see why I asked the question that time when this guy was here. I asked him, what told you all that the system the parliament system were practicing before? Who told you all that it failed? It is only the people that are supporting all this Islamic thing that will tell you here that it failed. It didn't fail. They didn't want it because they were after your wealth, your resources, and want to gag everybody. That was what
Yes,
supremacy. They were after it.
that is
The
why
system worked very well.
I was
Don't
The
condemning
West were
forget
growing,
also,
the North were growing.
that is the
don't
reason
forget
why.
also that with this designation now, within 90 days, the Secretary of State must publish the names.
Amen.
He
Hey,
will publish it. It will
Mr.
now be public.
Jonathan.
All this one they are hiding now. He will
Yes,
publish the names of
90
yes,
days
that's
now.
what I said now. I said the Secretary of State, it is in the hand of the Secretary of State. Now he will work with the Congress because the Congress is going to give the Secretary of State an authority to bring the list to them so that they can open that information because it's sealed. They have to make a law to unseal it.
Some of them now go begin they go to American this thing council to go and try to see how they go spend trillions to bribe some of people to find that Nigeria people are dangerous. Nigeria politicians.
There's no hiding place. They
Nigeria
can only send their
politicians.
children to Russia and Scandinavian country or Arab country. They can't send their children to any European country because the sanction is going to be all over.
Because once America brought that one now, everybody will adopt now. They will adopt it now.
British get them for their law now, for their open waiting they call them open law. They get them now. So immediately America push their own forward because America now they exchange information. Make America push them forward, then they pass them to them. They will see the book because it is sealed. They've not seen it. That's why they cannot push their own.
I go lead this thing to the dining street tomorrow or next for them to adopt the system. Like, no, they need to follow
Maybe
steps
I tell
because
you,
they are the
should I tell you, I tell you, people pray, make them push this law. You think they are the joke? Now the thing will bring us a new constitution with this.
if the British government can join the force and do it, because these are major places Nigeria people buy house, UK, America. There are major places they do come by there want to live a good life, but they don't want to make our home country. Imagine somebody, how much they have stolen. See this period of 6 months, Mr. Jonathan, you know go better for this your uncle or Tinubu. You know better for this period of 6 months. Carry one year Calabar man to come and loot chair money with National Assembly and a lot of them. They set River State backward because of character, just because of selfishness of Nyesunwike and co. They lot of resources. Somebody award contract and pay it forward. They never do anything 10%. Imagine what is happening. They just want to pay, then share those money. That is just what they're eager about. It's only 6 months you have. Anything you want to do now, do it now. Money you've worked as a naval officer, as a chief of the naval this thing, because he was a former this thing now. During he wasn't on part of the people that spent almost 6 years under Buhari. Money he could not get in Navy as a chief of staff then. In River State within 6 months, he got it over 100 times. Just tell him, try to do it now. You have only 6 months. Award the contract, award them out, award out. So you will just award them, award them, award them.
Alabo.
Paying money on
Can you hear me? You know that Alabo, can you hear me? You know one other reason why they don't want a new constitution. Okay. You know one other reason why they don't want a new constitution. It is because the people that owns the oil well, if you have a new law, a new constitution, a new book, that oil well will no longer be theirs again. That is why they are pushing money to install government that will support them. Who are the majority of people that own oil? They are the Fulanis and the other tribes. But majority is the Fulani. So that is the reason, that's why we're having the problem. Not that it's so difficult, but because they have economic power.
This your network. Black Panther suppose don't carry this network to go find one place. Find one butch, just go bury this your SIM card. Dig ground well. We have person no go even fit dig. If they want plant something, they no go fit reach the SIM card. Throw him. If na Wi-Fi they use, unplug this thing. Carry and go find one river. Go throw away and put. Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, are you there? Mr. Elvis. Sir Louis. Is it my network or can anyone hear me? Even in the comment section, Black Panther is out. Can
Sorry,
anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can't fear say whether na my network, me where the
I think we should call it a day then, since Mr. Elvis is not around.
We not go feel live like this now.
We
Because
have to.
don't go the chop issue and the this thing correct.
We have to leave now. I have to sign off. Mr. Elvis is not around. I think we take it up. Continue tomorrow.
It be like say pepper soup there in front of you. The way they talk.
Now what I did in front of me, no be pepper
Now
soup.
pepper soup because they hear the sound of spoon. Mr. Jonathan. Now pepper soup, so now pepper soup and white rice in the chop. So
You're so funny.
Well, we're not going to leave the platform like this now. We'll go try to hold on for a monthly income.
No, sometimes like that. Mr. Elvis don't sign up. He don't leave you. Say he don't make that attempt to round up the show, to close out the show. We no agree for that. We just kukuma say, making a ride on till I go sleep. So now the thing, they do like that sometimes. So
don't
so
do that.
Now. If na election time now, if na say like during election, you do something like this now. We go there here till 4 a.m. in the morning. He go sleep, he go wake, he go come join us.
We'll come back.
So All right, now, Mr.
Yeah,
Alabo.
just give your final submission.
Yeah, all I just want to say is that this is brilliant for me from President Trump. And again, I've seen the comment on the comment section. Some people have said it, and I'm encouraged by that talking, as they said, talk is not cheap. Some people will say talk is cheap. It is not cheap. Our talking is producing results, loud and clear. This is it. If anything, Nigeria has been designated as a country of particular concern. It has a far-reaching consequences on the Nigerian political class. So everything they do now is going to be measured. Everything they do now is going to, there will be searchlight, on them. So they cannot really hide. As I said earlier, they aren't going anywhere on this one.
Now,
Just
Mr. I know this may paper no pass your throat.
No, it's not me, really. It's not me. You are hearing something else.
Okay. No worry.
You are hearing something else. So,
this a Tinubu picking way buy a house and they get property for US now. Will it affect these children?
Yeah, now everything, the only thing they will do now, Nigerian crooked politicians.
Yeah.
They are somebody have said it, they are very, very easy. I believe it was Madam Deborah. Very easy to predict. And I think I've said something to that effect in the past. Very, very easy to, you can preempt them. You can predict them.
Yeah,
and
for
to
sure.
a very large extent, you will be accurate. What I think they will be doing right now as we speak.
Transfer ownership.
All of them.
Yeah, property now, then go.
They are running etasketa in the United States to dislodge whatever they have.
Whatever they have, yeah.
They are now dislodging it.
Because I know Festus Kayamo just buy one before Buhari, they come out for office.
They will be doing whatever they could now to dislodge them. That's what they will be. I want to preempt them, and to a very large extent, that's what is, already be taking place. Because in the last few days, if not anything, the likes of Daniel Bwala has not been out. The message has been sent to them loud and clear that there is no going back on this thing. It is just for Mr. President Donald Trump to make the pronouncement because he was busy. If you are following United States politics, the last 1 week or 2 weeks, Donald Trump has been busy on the Gaza, the Israel-Gaza war. After that, he shifted to the Middle East. He just came back from the Asian Pacific Economic Conference where he met with Chinese President Xi Jinping. He met with Japanese new Prime Minister. So Trump has been very busy. He just returned to White House yesterday morning, American time. Upon his return, now this thing now they put on his table. Now this thing they put on Trump. They are waiting for
you to see the importance of this thing, Mr. Jonathan.
Yes, this thing they wait for him since yesterday. Upon his return, he just returned yesterday morning, where he met, he met with.
All right, I don't come.
You don't come back. Okay.
All right. Let's round up.
Okay, now. All right, I leave it out there. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you for coming. Just the whole time they wait for you to come.
Yes, I really appreciate. Una do well.
I know give Jonathan come out because Jonathan said will leave and for you, so you don't go. I said no, if you leave and like.
Oh, okay. Tisa don't sleep.
Yes.
No. I dey busy do another thing here.
I just take brain, they keep them, they carry question, they throw for them to carry.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you, Mr. Alabo. Thank you, Sir Louis, and the Black Panther, Pansat. God bless you, all my people. Those of you that supported the channel today, thank you so much, Mr. Joseph Oji, Mother Peggy Body, Christian CXL. Thank you so much, man. Wonderful people. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, Mother Deborah, for calling in earlier on. God bless you, man. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you very much, my lovely mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy. I appreciate you always. Thanks for all that you do as well for us here. Thank you, Abu Azim, my brother. I appreciate you. Thanks for all that you do. At peace, thank you very much, for staying with us all through today. Michael Abba, thank you, my good people. Thank you, everyone right there. And I beg you, Modi, once again, and many, many, many more. Yes, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Hopefully, we'll have a better Nigeria that we're fighting for. Once international body are now interfering like this, me I like Camo because it looks like we are in a country now that we cannot help ourselves, to be honest. And so it will be, you know. So I talk to us, so light not the Lagos for the past couple of days, no light. For Ireland, yeah, I don't know about that place. It's crazy now. Nothing is working, kidnapping, everything is. So anybody that want to come in to rescue us, when they can't rescue us, so we are suffering in this country. Anyway, and God will bless every one of you. Tomorrow is Saturday. Look out for our pre-recorded videos if we can, or rather, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll see you now again. My people, now go and God bless you now. Have a good night and bye for now.
That's right. Yes.
Jesus no ge o pa me na wa pi